Good evening, good evening. Sorry, good morning. Good morning, all of you. Good morning. Just give me 2-3 minutes. You can all chat in the chat box. We are starting in 2-3 minutes. Hello, everyone. Good morning. Good morning. Can everyone hear me? If you can hear me, please chat in the chat box. Yes. Why? You can write only, you can type only why. Please, everyone. If you can hear me, please type in the chat box why. Hello, everyone. Okay. Everyone, please type in the chat box if you can hear me. Yes, why? You can write only why. Okay, thank you. Others, please. Okay. Thank you, Ashwini. Thank you, Kalpana. Thank you, Sujan. Thank you, Janak, and everybody. The first class we are always taking for all the courses, YouTube live. The reason is only one. There are so many students who may be having financial issues. And for that reason, they are not able to take the classes. So at least some help. I can say that it's a social responsibility, corporate social responsibility or individual responsibility. And there are students who want to join the classes, but they want to analyze the comfort level, the quality and all that. So they will be able to get the first class free so that they can take their call. Okay. That is the reason that the first class we take YouTube live. In this class, those who are already registered student with us, they are also there. Those registered students are and any non-registered, I meant to say, both can chat in the chat box for all their queries. You will not be able to communicate in audio. You can only hear my audio, but you will not be able to communicate in the audio. But from the next class, we will have the class from Zoom only, where we will be able to communicate. We will be able to see anything in the class also. Okay. Just that this is a class in which there is not so much thing required to be said by all of you. So for that reason, we are taking this class on YouTube, and so that we can help others. Now, the first thing I always do in case study classes, because I have seen that even though the student joining with us, but they are not studying many times, they don't know the exam structure and everything. There are, you can see somebody has studied but not going through properly the notes and all that. So first of all, just in quick revision side, I can see what is a CIMA case study exam, what they are asking, what competency you need to develop, what is the passing criteria, when the exam are held, and when you need to book the exam, how you need to prepare. All these things, first of all, we are discussing, okay, which will take, I think, 30 minutes approx. So CIMA case study exam are happening since 2015. So this is, you can say 2025 which coming. It's around 10 years now CIMA case study exam are happening. And this is the beauty of the CIMA course, because the case study exam are very practical oriented. They are not bookish. Somebody is having technically very sound knowledge, then also they will not be able to pass the exam if they are not practical enough. So for giving CIMA case study exam, 1 by 1, E1, F1, P1, technical knowledge is not required so much. I can say that on the basis of the case study reference, the relevant technical knowledge can be covered up. We are standing on 22nd of June. The exam is around 10th of August. If suppose somebody is thinking that this time for August exam is very less, the next case study for November exam will be released by the institute around 28th of September only, not before that. From 28th September till the 10th of November, you will be getting this much time only. If somebody is thinking in their mind that this time is less for preparing and giving the exam, what is happening, man? If somebody may be thinking that this time is less for preparing and giving the exam, then every term, the time will be less only. So this is proper adequate time. And in the last 10 years, when I have taught continuously all the 3 case studies, operational management, strategy case study, students are studying for case study exams 40, 50, 40, 45 days. And the pass percentage is quite good. In strategy case study, it is very highest. Now, normally in May 2024 term, I taught management and strategy case study. And in strategy case study, I don't remember exactly, 15 to 20 students gave the exam. I'm very confident, very sure that more than 70% student will easily pass the exam. Maybe it will be 80% also. In the management case study, the number of students were many, but the exams were given by 3-4 students. The number of students were also around 20-25, but only 3-4 students gave exam. But out of 3-4 students, all 3-4 students were good. Some, you can see one student was not so good because not doing the homework. But in management case study also results is going to be very good. But normally strategy case study result is very good. Now comes operational case study. In your case also, we have around 13-14 students, those who are eligible to give exam for operational case study. When you all will be attending the classes, sending some money, solving the assignments and all that, you will be able to realize on your own only that you will be able to pass the exam in August or not. It's not time problem. Obviously, most of the students are working professional, but you don't need to study 5-6 hours in a day. Regular study from now onwards, maybe you have not studied up till now, 2 hours is must. If you don't regularly study 2 hours, you cannot pass this exam. And then the problem will be there in other terms also. Whatever the technical updates or technical update is required, we will be doing in the class. You don't need to take tension. From today till 10th of August, we are having around 50 days approximately. In 50 days, you need to study 2 hours each. So the total is coming 100 hours. I think we can give this 100 hours in our life to pass the exam, to get the certificate, to get the degree, to grow in our life. Not more than this is required. Maybe you are an average student, below average or above average. The distinction between, the difference between above average or below average is just that scoring rank, scoring high marks or scoring pass marks. Average student by studying 100 hours will be scoring pass marks. Above average student by scoring 100 hours will be getting rank. But the number of hours study is same. The numbers of hours of study is not different for a different kind of students. This is first thing, because in your mind this may be running कि भाई ये टाइम तो कम है, इतने टाइम में हम कैसे पढ़ेंगे. तो सारे लोग इतने टाइम पे ही पढ़ते हैं, और फ्यूचर में भी अगर आप ये एग्जाम अगस्त में नहीं देते हो, फॉर नवंबर टर्म आपको इतनी देरी पढ़ने मिलेगा. इसी में टेक्निकल, इसी में प्रैक्टिकलिटी सब हो जाएगा. 10 साल से हो रहा है तो वाई इट विल बी डिफरेंट दिस टर्म? इट विल बी सेम ओनली. नाउ इन द केस स्टडी, they are always producing a pre-seen material. The pre-seen material is produced around 40 to 45 days before the exam. The CIMA exams are 4 times in a year. The CIMA exams are 4 times in a year: February, May, August, and November. February, May, August, and November. For the 2 term, the material remains same. For May and August, the material which we are using, released by the institute for May term, that same material they are using for August term also. The pre-seen material for May and August remains same, and then the pre-seen material for November and February remains same. Earlier, before 2020, for the 4 terms, 4 different material they were publishing. But after 2020, when they changed something, then they said that for 2 terms, the material will remain same. So the material which we will refer in the class released by the institute for May term, but the same material is relevant for August term. We are taking live classes or operational case study in a year 2 times, February and August. We don't take operational case study live classes for May and November term. And for the May and November term, I am taking live classes for management and strategy case study, because it is difficult in one go to tackle all the 3 case studies, because it's not bookish, as I said, require a whole lot of study. So 3 case study at one go, giving the assignments, when the student is submitting the answer, checking them, giving them feedback is very difficult. So for that reason, I always, since 2020, doing this thing. कि May and November, I will be live for management and strategy case study. And February and August, I will be live for operational case study. So there is one disadvantage. If you don't go for August exam, then you should be going for exam in February only if you want live classes. Because for November 2024, I will not be live for operational case study. I will be sharing the materials and write-up, those who want to give exam in November, but the live classes will be there for operational case study in February 2025 only. So there is one more advantage: when we are live, you should be giving the exam now only, and ample of time is there. That the pre-seen material which the institute release is about a particular hypothetical company, about a particular industry, actual industry. And in that industry, that company, that hypothetical company is making, selling that products, their business model, the industry structure, their, what do you say, financial financial statement, PL account, balance sheet, notes to accounts. Then you can say some newspaper articles, some problems in the company, which the details are given. That type of pre-seen material is given to the students for all the 3 case study, for operational case study also, which is called the pre-seen material. This is the pre-seen material you can see. For May, August 2024, this was the pre-seen material. For August also same. There is no company in the world named as Kanan. But the industry, the business which they are doing, their directors, their business model, their financials are all taken from the practical examples. The actual company in the market may be 2-3 companies. They mixed those companies and they have created a hypothetical name Kanan, and then they have given this pre-seen material. This pre-seen material is around 20 to 25 pages. This is 22 page. Normally the pre-seen material is in this range only. The pre-seen material is not giving you information about any question. It is giving you the area, the industry, on the basis of which examinee will be giving exam. Examiner will be setting the papers. We, me and you should read the pre-seen material 2-3 times. I need to read because I need to teach you. You need to read because you need to give exam. And we need to discuss the pre-seen material, the industry, their business model, the challenges, their SWOT, and different things we need to discuss in the class. So that when we will be writing answers for the questions, we are writing for this company. It is not bookish that you are studying F1, P1, E1 and you will write the answer for this. Some knowledge of E1, F1, P1 required. I am not questioning. But not that way that if some student is studying E1, P1, F1, giving individual paper exam of E1, P1, F1, that is not relevant for you all. For case study exam, that type of study not required. Those who are in the FLP route, Finance Leadership Planning route, please remember, on the CIMA platform, when you got the subscription, there are E1, P1, F1 assignments. That is not an exam. Some multiple choice question assignments are there. You need to complete those assignments, then only you can give this exam. For those assignments, no study required. One question is there, 4 answer is there. You need to select out of A, B, C, D, which one is correct. Suppose you selected B and it is wrong. You do the same question again and select C. So actually, you can say that institute is suggesting that the students should study E1, P1, F1, then they should solve the assignments. But I advise, study is a different thing. Solving the assignment to give the exam is a different thing. So better that you solve the assignment as soon as possible so that you are eligible to give the exam. I don't remember the last date to submit the assignments. The submit the assignment last date may be around July mid, maybe 15th or 11th of July, I don't know. So ample of time is there. You take 2 days, solve those assignments, submit that. If it is wrong, then submit the assignment again so that you are eligible for the exam. That also is a responsibility, because otherwise you are not eligible for operational case study. So in the operational case study, this material we are going to refer. We will be going through with this material, the industry, what they are doing and all that. And based on this material, we will be preparing different types of questions. As per the institute guidelines, they are going to ask questions based on this pre-seen material in 6 different parts. Core area A, core area B, core area C, core area D, core area E, core area F. Core area A is about costing, digital costing, activity-based costing. Core area B is about what I should say, budgeting and all that. Core area C is about decision-making, standard costing, variance analysis. You can see core area A, B, C, all are related to P1. If you go in the syllabus wise, that is P1. Core area D is relating to accounting, financial accounting part. That is core area D. Core area E is relating to, core area F is relating to working capital management. That is also, you can say, accounting part. And core area E is relating to, I forgot some other areas. There are 6 areas based on which they will be asking questions in the exams. You will see that, sir, you were saying core area ABC is P1, core area D is F1 and all that. सर वो तो हमने पढ़ा नहीं है. मैं वो सारी चीजें क्लास में आपको केस स्टडी के साथ पढ़ा दूंगा. Not the way I am taking F1 classes already since last 1.5 month और अभी 1 महीने करीब ऑल चलने वाली है. वो मैं पढ़ा रहा हूं. इफ somebody is going to give F1 एग्जाम, आपको F1 से रिलेटेड केस स्टडी में क्या चीज रिवाइज करना, क्या मैं क्लास में केस स्टडी के साथ कवर कर दूंगा. थोड़ा बहुत मैं आपको भी पढ़ने बोलूंगा. व्हाट आई सेड इन द बिगिनिंग, 2 hours पर डे. Within 2 hours, you will be able to cover the technical part relating to the case study. And I will also be teaching in the classes the technical part which is required. You don't need to take tension. But using those core areas A, B, C, D, E, F, we will be correlating with this pre-seen material, and we will be solving different types of questions which can come in the exam on the basis of all the 6 core areas and this pre-seen material. You can see that on each core area, we will be doing 6 to 7 questions. Broadly 3, but part, it will be 6 to 7 questions on each core area. So on 6 core areas, around 50 questions. We are never saying, and we don't expect that the same question will be coming in the exam. But when you cover those 50 questions, automatically whatever will be coming in the exam, they will be relating to those 50 questions only. The scenario will be different, but it will not be coming out of that. When you prepare for those 50 questions properly, you solve the assignments, I will be giving you homework, you submit the assignments in time, I will be guiding you, I will be evaluating your assignments. You can't fail operational case study exam. But the simple thing is that suppose I am giving you homework, I am giving you 4 or 5 days time, you are not submitting, you are bringing alibi, I have this, I had this, I had office work, this, then in that case we can't pass. Be ready. The crux of passing operational case study is only one thing. Whatever assignments will be given to you, within the time you need to submit those assignments. You will say, sir, I don't know this. When we are doing the assignments for core area A, B, C, D, E, F, I will be taking classes on all those core areas, on all those questions. Whatever you know, you need to write. Whether it's good or bad, whether it's right or wrong, it doesn't matter, man. आपको कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं, थोड़ी ना एग्जाम है. एग्जाम तो अभी 50 days के बाद है. For coming 1 month, till around the 28th July. We are standing on 22nd June. I am talking about till around 28th July. हम कोर एरिया ABCDEF पढ़ेंगे, क्लास में डिस्कस करेंगे, आपको होमवर्क दिया जाएगा, आपको उसका आंसर लिखकर सबमिट करना है. When you write the answer, you will be writing in Word file, font size 11. Don't change the font size. In one Word file, you will write all the answer. Suppose I am giving you questions on core area A. So for core area A, I will be giving you 4 or 5 days to write the answers. While writing the answers, you can refer anything. You can refer E1, you can refer P1 material, my notes, Google, Chat, GPT, whatever. Whatever research you want to do, and then you need to write the answers. Doesn't matter. Just that when you will write the answers, it's a request that suppose from somewhere you are reading this. Okay. Now, while submitting the answer, you don't copy and paste this in the Word file. This is not allowed. You read this, then write in your own language. No problem. There is no issue if you are referring something and then you are right. But don't copy paste from wherever you are reading. But that thing you copy paste in the answer. That should not be done, man. That is a request to all of you. And you can't say that कि सर मेरे को नहीं हो रहा है. जो हो रहा है करिए ना आप यार, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं. मैं तो क्लास में उसको डिस्कस करूंगा ना. You can say that our job in coming 1 month, around 30 to 32 days, to cover up different parts of the syllabus technically, using those technical knowledge in the case study, making ourselves ready that we will be able to write the answers, how we need to write, how we need to cover up a question and all that. सारी चीजें इस तरह से cover करनी है coming 1 month में. And in the last 15 days, approximately, say 25th of July till the date of exam, we will be doing mock papers. I will be taking around 6 to 7 mock papers. When I will be taking mock test, mock exam, now you cannot refer anything. Now at that time, you cannot refer Chat, GPT, Google, E1, P1, F1 material or anything. In every mock paper, you need to think that, you need to estimate that, you need to project that you are in the exam hall. And you need to write the mock paper answer in 3 hours because exam is 3 hours. In one sitting, you will be writing the answers for mock papers in 3 hours. Whatever you studied in 30, 35 days, that need to be checked with the mock papers. Your, what do you say, backlog, your anything where you are not improving, that where you need to time manage and everything without referring anything, how much you can write, that we will be doing in next 10 to 15 days from 25th July till the date of exam, so that we are well prepared for the exam and we pass the exam. My experience in last 10 years says that if the student solve the assignments of core area A, B, C, D, E, submit that. If the student attend all the mock papers, write the answers for that, their chances of passing the exam is greater than 95%. It's more or less 100% approximately. And those who don't submit the assignments, don't answer for mock papers, their chances of passing the exam is 0%. Simple. Simple. There is no ifs and buts in this. यानी कि आपको अगर पास होना है, आपके हाथ में है, मेरे हाथ में कुछ है नहीं. What the institute do, that based on this pre-seen material, the institute prepare 5 to 7 categories of question paper. Based on this pre-seen material, institute prepare 5 to 7 categories, types of question paper. And when the student give exam from different parts of the world on 3 different days, because exams are there on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Exams are there 3 days. I don't remember exactly in August on which date, but it is around 10th of August. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, 3 days exams are there. You can give exam on any day, any day. That's your choice. You can give exam in exam center. You can give exam by sitting in home. Mostly the CIMA students are giving exam by sitting in home. There is no compulsion on you. You can go in the exam center also. Whether you give exam from home or in the center, it is a computer-based exam. On a screen, you need to write in Word file your answer. You need to type. There will be 4 questions. There will be 4 parts of the paper. In every part, generally, there are 2 questions each. So there will be in total 8 questions. And each part, 2 questions each 45 minutes. Each part, 2 questions each 45 minutes. That means suppose I am giving exam on 10th of August, suppose. And I am giving exam at 11 a.m. Then when the question paper will open in front of me, the first scenario, and there are 2 questions that I need to read. I need to type, write answers in 45 minutes only. Once 45 minutes gone, it is automatically submitted. And I will be forced to go into the second part, where again 2 questions for next 45 minutes. Maybe the number of questions in place of 2, maybe 3. But every set, every task each 45 minutes each. 45, 45, 45, 45. So total 3 hours exam. Why they are taking that 45-minute slot? They are saying that if you are working somewhere and there is some assignment given to you, you need to submit that assignment in practical working in a given time. So this is not an exam. This is like you are working somewhere and you are getting an assignment from your boss or something is required. You need to submit that. You need to do that within the given time. You can't delay. So that professionalism need to be there in the exam. For that reason, they have made the exam just like practical world. And then they are saying that in the exam, you are not an examinee. In the exam for this company, you are the finance officer. Your job in the company is as a finance officer. The finance officer is need to help the finance manager, colleagues and others relating to financial management, accounting, strategic decisions making, relating to preparation of financial statements, relating to any operational problem to deal with him. That is the job of the finance officer. So when the questions will be asked in the exam, They are business problems. They are not question answer. For relating to this company, there are different types of business problems or business opportunities are there. That will be asked you to write the answer. कि आप इस कंपनी में फाइनेंस ऑफिसर हैं, कंपनी में ये प्रॉब्लम है, ये इश्यू है, आप इसको कैसे डील करेंगे? हाउ यू विल हैंडल दिस इश्यू? कंपनी ये करना चाह रही है, अपॉर्चुनिटीज है, आपको ये करना चाहिए कि नहीं, आप इसका क्या सजेशन दोगे? इट्स नॉट बुकिश एग्जाम. मे बी यू आर वेरी परफेक्ट इन E1, P1, F1, बट ये एग्जाम वैसा है नहीं सर. थोड़ा बहुत जो F1, P1, E1 जानना है मैं बता दूंगा, मैं बोल रहा हूं, लेकिन ये प्रैक्टिकल ओरिएंटेड एग्जाम है. जब आप आंसर लिखोगे उसमें E1, P1, F1 का यूसेज 5 से 10% है, 5 to 10%. 90% योर थॉट प्रोसेस, 90% योर प्रैक्टिकल अंडरस्टैंडिंग कि इस प्रॉब्लम को दूर कैसे किया जाना चाहिए, ये इश्यूज कैसे सॉल्व होगा, उसका आंसर कोई बुक में नहीं लिखा हुआ है. एंड इफ रिलेटिंग टू वन क्वेश्चन देयर आर 100 स्टूडेंट्स गिविंग एग्जाम, every student answer will be different. You know कि only one student will get marks, balance will not get. Everybody will get marks if they are writing a proper answer. So there is no fixed answer for this. The answers are not fixed. It's upon you that how you built up your answer. For that reason, if you don't practice for writing the answers on core area A, B, C, D, E, mock papers, we will not feel comfortable to give the exam and pass the exam. आप कितना भी कोई भी नोट्स वगैरह पढ़ लीजिए, you have to practice in writing how much I can write, what I am writing, is it logical or not. So relating to this pre-seen material, they will prepare 6-7 sets of papers. Those papers are named as variant 1, variant 2, variant 3, variant 4, variant 5, like that. Which variant will be coming for which student from which country? Don't know. It's luck. I am giving exam, I am clicking variant 1 or 2, anything will open. And in every variant, in every task, there are so many write-up. This is 22 pages pre-seen. In every exam variant, there will be at least 6 to 7 pages write-up. So if suppose I am giving exam for variant 1 and 6 to 7 pages I am reading and then I am writing the answer, when the exam is over, I cannot help my friend or anybody कि एग्जाम में एग्जैक्टली क्या आया था. इतना सारा डेटा वो लोग बना बना के देते हैं जो कि आपको एग्जाम के बाद में याद नहीं रहेगा. इफ यू से दैट कि आई गेव द एग्जाम एंड एक्टिविटी बेस्ड कॉस्टिंग केम, वो तो वैसे भी हमको मालूम है एग्जाम में एबीसी आ सकता है, उस पर आप दूसरे का हेल्प क्या करोगे? दैट मीन्स इवन दो दिस इज होल वर्ल्ड कॉमन एग्जाम, 6-7 sets of papers are there, but nobody can help any other friend or relative, anybody. आज इंडिया और यूके का टाइम अलग अलग है. देयर आर सो मेनी यूके स्टूडेंट्स. इंडिया में अगर 11-12 o'clock है तो आपके यहां पर मॉर्निंग 7 है, 7:30 है. यू नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट अगर मैं आप यूके से एग्जाम दे रहे हैं अभी और मेरा एग्जाम 2 घंटे बाद है, आप मेरे को कोई हेल्प नहीं कर सकते. आप मेरे को केवल इतना बता सकते हैं दिस एरिया केम, एबीसी आया था, बजटिंग आया था. अरे यार फालतू बात कर रहे हैं, बिकॉज एबीसी बजटिंग ये सभी तो आएगा, और क्या आएगा और क्या क्वेश्चन में आएगा वो तो हम ऐसे भी जानते हैं, लेकिन उसका सिनेरियो क्या था, क्या उन्होंने डिटेल दिया था, वो तो कोई को याद नहीं हो सकता. एग्जाम इज ओवर, यू डोंट रिमेंबर द सिनेरियो, व्हाट फिगर्स डेटा दे हैव गिवन. So don't focus on this aspect in the social media or in the class. Friends are there. WhatsApp में मैंने आपको सबको डाला है, those who are कि भैया कौन दिन कौन एग्जाम दे रहा है, आप उससे पूछ लेंगे. फायदा दिमाग मत लगाइए वो सब. It's waste of time because nobody can help you even though that person has given the exam exactly what came in the exam. जो एरियाज है वो हमें मालूम है. अगर वो एरिया बता भी देगा आपको, कोई फायदा उससे होने वाला नहीं है. And they are not preparing one paper because your friend got variant A1, you are getting variant 4, सारे क्वेश्चंस अलग है, तो वैसे भी आपको कोई फायदा होने वाला नहीं है. The exam is of 150 marks. Even the examiner is giving you marks on 100, but when the student are announced the marks, then they are announced on 150. 150 में the student need to score 80 to pass the exam. That means approximately 80 by 150, around 53%. I can say 50%, 100 में 50 marks. If I am your examiner, I am checking your copy, and suppose out of 100, I am giving you 50 marks. So out of 150, it will become 75. That means the student is not passing the exam, because out of 150, the student need to score 80. Now the different variants, 1, 2, 6, 7 variants are there. For every variant, the level of questions are difficult and easy. All variants are not of the same standard. So whatever marks you are given, those marks are multiplied by a weight. For a difficult variant, the weight will be 105, 110, 115%. For an easy variant, the weight will be, what do you say, 80%, 85%, 95%, like that. Easy variant, whatever marks you score, they will be multiplied by a lower weight. It is even becoming further lower. And for a difficult variant, the weight is higher. So when it is multiplied by the weight, the actual marks becomes more. Whatever is score announced to the student, that is a weighted average score. So suppose sometime a student is scoring 79. It happened. एक student operational level में he scored 79, 80 pass marks. He failed. He said that कि sir ये लोग 79 marks कैसे दे सकता है? How can they give sir? 81 नंबर तो दे सकता है sir. Maybe I don't deserve 90, but 79 के बदले 80 तो. Actually nobody has given you 79. The examiner has given you out of 100, say 48 marks. ठीक है? Now 48 into 150%, it is coming 72. And 72 multiplied by the weight. Maybe it was a difficult variant. The weight was 105%, say. That weightage is not known to any examiner. That is in the software. Based on the difficulty of the variant, it is in the software. So 72 into 105% or 110%, it's coming 79. No examiner has given you 79 marks. It is by the computer system. After multiplying with the weight, you are getting 79 marks. But 79 ho ya 70 ho, fail to fail hai. Because 80 is the pass marks. The student failed by scoring 79 marks. That's the exam. CIMA case study exam structure. The 4 questions. Every question has two parts generally. 45 minutes each. Different variants. You will write the answers for entire paper in 3 hours, 45 minutes each. Reading, writing and everything. Then the marks will be allotted by the examiner. Those marks will be out of 100. They will be multiplied by 150% and multiplied by a weight based on the difficulty of the variant. And that weighted average marks should be 80 out of 150 to pass the exam. I normally say that the pass percentage is CIMA is 45 to 55%. Because in a difficult variant, even though you are scoring 45% marks, still you will pass, because when it is multiplied by the weight, it will be coming 53%. So weighted average marks, sir, weights kaun sa in the past exam, paper came, on which paper, which weight are there, nobody knows. That they are not disclosing. This is their exam structure. तो आपको 2 बात ध्यान रखना है. स्टूडेंट, आपका कोई फ्रेंड कौन सा वेरिएंट आया, ये सब ध्यान मत दीजिए. जो एग्जाम्स है वो वेटेड एवरेज मार्क्स के ऊपर है. जो एग्जाम है वो प्रैक्टिकल ओरिएंटेड है. वो कोई E1, P1, F1 पढ़ने से नहीं होएगा. एग्जाम में पास होने के लिए आपको कोर एरिया ABCDEF का क्वेश्चंस को प्रैक्टिस करना होएगा, लिखकर, इन राइटिंग, सॉल्व द असाइनमेंट्स. और उसके बाद में आपको मॉक पेपर्स, मॉक टेस्ट भी देना होगा. आप पूरा रेगुलरली 2 घंटे पढ़ेंगे आज से चालू होकर, तो आपको प्रॉब्लम नहीं आने वाली है. आप बोलेंगे सर आज से हम लोग क्या पढ़ना चालू करें. मैं आपको क्लास खत्म होने के बाद दोज हु आर रजिस्टर्ड स्टूडेंट्स कोर एरिया ए से रिलेटेड क्वेश्चंस मेल करूंगा. कोर एरिया ए से रिलेटेड क्वेश्चंस आई विल बी मेलिंग. आप बोलेंगे हमने तो कुछ पढ़ा ही नहीं है सर. नहीं पढ़ा, कोई बात नहीं है. आप कोर एरिया ए से रिलेटेड जो क्वेश्चंस मैं दूंगा उनके ऊपर अपना रिसर्च करेंगे. मेरा मटेरियल आपके पास, सीमा का मटेरियल है, गूगल है, चैट जीपीटी है, जो भी है, आप रिसर्च करके उन चीजों का आंसर लिखकर सबमिट करेंगे। नेक्स्ट क्लास जब होएंगी तो मैं उस पे वह एरिया, नॉट दैट व्हाट यू हैव रिटन ओनली दैट, मैं उसके बेसिस पे पूरा 360 डिग्री डिस्कशन करूंगा और मैं आपका लिखा हुआ को चेकिंग भी करूंगा, मार्क्स भी दूंगा, आपको फीडबैक भी दूंगा। तो उसको हम लोग कवर भी करेंगे, अंडरस्टैंडिंग भी, और साथ में उसके ऊपर आपका क्या राइटअप है, कैसे इंप्रूव करना है, उसके ऊपर मैं आपको कमेंट दूंगा। फिर बाद में नेक्स्ट वीक कोर एरिया बी में जाएंगे, तो बी के लिए भी आपको आंसर रिसर्च करके लिखना है और बी के लिए भी हम क्लास में डिस्कशन करेंगे। ऐसे करके हमारा टारगेट है कि कमिंग 5 क्लासेस में कोर एरिया ABCDEF सारा कवर करना है और उसके बाद लास्ट के 15 दिनों में केस स्टडी, मॉक पेपर्स। While writing mock answers, now you have covered core area ABCDEF, all done. You have done the study, discussion done in the class. Now आपको मॉक पेपर्स में कोई चीज रेफर नहीं करना है, कोई कापलान मटेरियल, कोई हमारा मटेरियल, कोई चीज रेफर नहीं। अब आपको सोचना एग्जाम है और अब उसका आंसर आप पूरी 3 घंटा में वन सिटिंग बैठकर आप वो आंसर लिखोगे विदाउट रेफरिंग एनीथिंग। बी जेन्युइन बिकॉज आई एम नॉट इन फ्रंट ऑफ यू, सो दैट यू आर वेल प्रिपेयर्ड फॉर द एग्जाम एंड यू पास द एग्जाम। ये सारा चीज करने में आपको 100 घंटा से ज्यादा लगेगा नहीं, बिकॉज इफ आई एम गिविंग यू क्वेश्चंस फॉर कोर एरिया ए, से फॉर द टाइम बिंग, दैट यू नीड टू आंसर इन 7 days। आफ्टर रीडिंग द क्वेश्चन यू स्टार्टेड डूइंग सम रिसर्च। क्वेश्चन रीड करने में आपका 10 मिनट गया, 10 minutes रीडिंग द क्वेश्चन। रिसर्च आपने किया, एक एक क्वेश्चन, 3-4 क्वेश्चन है, तो आपने एक एक क्वेश्चन के बारे में रिसर्च आधे 1 घंटे किया, 1 hour मान लीजिए, और फिर आपने आधे आधे घंटे में सबका आंसर लिखा। तो 4 hour यू डिड द रिसर्च एंड फॉर 4 question 2 hours यू हैव रिटन द आंसर, 6 hours, एंड रीडिंग द क्वेश्चन से हाफ एन आवर, 6.5 hour। और मैंने आपको 3 घंटे पढ़ाया, क्लास में पढ़ रहे हैं हम लोग 3 घंटे, अराउंड 10-12 hours। तो पूरा वीक में कितना आवर हुआ? पूरा वीक में 7 days में 2 hour करके 14 hour है। अभी शुरू में तो आपका 10-12 hour ही हो गया। पहले वीक में आपने प्री सीन मटेरियल को भी 2 बार 3 बार पढ़ा। अभी तक आपने रीड किया है कि नहीं? आई डोंट नो। रीड किया है फिर भी दोबारा पढ़ना है। प्री सीन मटेरियल यू नीड टू रीड 2-3 times। जो नोट्स वगैरह दिया गया उसको रीडिंग करना, दैट विल ऑल्सो टेक अराउंड 1 hour। और आपको कुछ मान लीजिए कोई जगह से कोई वीडियो करना है, यू आर माई स्टूडेंट रिलेटिंग टू P1 और एनीथिंग, आपने कोई वीडियो भी किया। मेरी क्लासेस का टाइम लेकर इट इज कमिंग 14-15 hours इन अ वीक, एंड आई एक्सपेक्ट दैट यू कैन स्टडी दैट मच 14-15 hours। और अगर आप नहीं पढ़ सकते तो फिर एग्जाम मत दीजिए, नॉट नाउ, नॉट इन नवंबर ऑल्सो। somebody will say that sir I joined your classes 5 days back only। कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है यार, कोई अगर 2 महीना पहले ज्वाइन है तो कौन सा पढ़ लिया है? जोश बहुत था कि सर आई विल बी गिविंग एग्जाम इन मे ओनली एंड ऑल दैट, कहां दिए? नहीं दिए ना, ना पढ़ाई भी ठीक से किए होंगे, मेरे को मालूम है। तो आप 5 दिन पहले ज्वाइन किए और यू ज्वाइन 2 months बैक, डजेंट मैटर मैन। अब चुपचाप से पढ़ाई करना है, एंड आई एम आस्किंग 2 hours डेली इंक्लूडिंग माई क्लासेस ऑल्सो। जो F1 वाली क्लासेस वगैरह चल रही है उनको ज्वाइन करिए, बिकॉज आपको अपने से नहीं पढ़ के थोड़ा डिटेल में स्टडी हो जाएगा। जो चल रहा है F1 का लिंक है, इस क्लास के बाद F1 की क्लास है, वो करिए, उससे कुछ ना कुछ तो फायदा होएगा ही। लेकिन आप उनका रिकॉर्डिंग करेंगे ना, तो F1 का रिकॉर्डिंग 70-80 आवर, P1 रिकॉर्डिंग 70-80 आवर, इवन तब तो पागल हो जाएंगे। यू विल से दैट सर आई विल नॉट गिव एग्जाम इन अगस्त, आई विल गिव इन नवंबर और फरवरी, एंड आई विल डू द रिकॉर्डिंग्स ऑफ P1। करिए, हमको क्या कोई फायदा नहीं, दैट वे नॉट पॉसिबल, बिकॉज कौन सी केस स्टडी होगी, क्या होगा, उसके आप कैसे समझेंगे? ये चीज को पढ़ने के लिए 50 days ही चाहिए, विच इज देयर। You follow my instructions, I will make you pass. I am giving you, I am telling you 95% probability if you follow my instruction, you will pass in August only. You will say, some of the student will say, sir, I have not studied for 4-5 years. कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है यार, ये टेक्निकल स्टडी नहीं है, ये बिजनेस प्रॉब्लम्स है। इसके लिए कोई स्टडी नहीं चाहिए टेक्निकली। तो आप अगर बिजनेस वगैरह कर रहे हैं, जॉब कर रहे हैं, आपने 10-5-7 साल से पढ़ाई नहीं की है, नहीं चाहिए यार। कहां चाहिए? मैं बोल कहां रहा हूं आपको? बस आप मन से जो बोला जा रहा है उसको करिए। एग्जाम फॉर्म भरने का लास्ट डेट मेरे को याद नहीं है, अगस्त में एग्जाम फॉर्म भरने का डेट इज अराउंड 25th of July. Beyond 25th of July, you can't fill up the exam form. हर टर्म, एवरी टर्म, इवन लास्ट टर्म ऑल्सो, एक स्टूडेंट लास्ट डेट तक एग्जाम फॉर्म भरना भूल गया, लेटर यू कैनॉट फिल अप. आई एम नॉट सेइंग यू फिल अप द एग्जाम फॉर्म टुडे, maybe after 15 days, by the 10th of July, without waiting for 25th July, you fill up the exam form. Why I am saying after waiting 15 days? थोड़ा 15 days में फीलिंग ले आइए. Today's class and next 2 classes हो जाने दीजिए. You will understand that you are capable or not, whether I am saying correct or not, whether it is manageable or not. Then book your exam. अगर FLP रूट में आप हैं तो आप असाइनमेंट 15 दिनों में सॉल्व कर लीजिए. जो मैं होमवर्क वगैरह दूंगा उनको करिए, जो पढ़ने बोलूंगा उनको पढ़िए, क्लासेस जो F1 की चलती है उनको अटेंड करिए. By 15 days you will get a feeling that it is manageable or not, and then fill up your exam form by around 10th or 15th of July and give the exam in August. 25th जुलाई तक वेट नहीं करेंगे, गड़बड़ हो जाएगा, भूल जाएंगे. And case study exam form submission has a deadline. If you don't meet that deadline, you can't give the exam. Whether you request or not doesn't matter. कोई कुछ नहीं कर सकता. एग्जाम घर से देना है मेरे हिसाब से. Your own room, your own AC, your own comfort, your own computer, your own laptop, सब कुछ आपका अपना है. कहीं जाना नहीं है, ट्रेवल नहीं करना है, शांति से बैठकर. Somebody will say that if there is a problem with the internet or anything, they will, if you are not able to complete your exam because of technical issues, you are allowed to give exam next week again without any additional charges. और अगर next week भी exam conclude नहीं हो पाया, maybe because of unavoidable reasons, then आप next term exam दे सकते without charging any fees. Because आपका exam complete ही नहीं हुआ तो पैसे क्यों लेंगे आपसे? Normally in CIMA, 90% plus students are giving exam from exam center. I will say some बेवकूफ are there, they are going in the exam center to give the exam. सब घर से बैठकर एग्जाम दे रहे हैं. During the exam time, on the table, on the desk, only one computer on one laptop will be there. Separately, you can attach a keyboard. There is a transparent water bottle and nothing should be there on your desk. The room should be closed. You cannot go out. Nobody can come in for 3 hours. During the entire 3 hours, your camera of the laptop or any external camera, the camera should open so that the invigilator entire 3 hours can check you, can see you, that you are not using unfair means to complete the exam. And the exam is concluded from the home, on the software, on the screen, you will type and everything. That is the exam process. When the students are giving exam in exam center, they are complaining about the keyboard. Day before yesterday only I was taking ACCA class. One of the student was telling that sir वहां का keyboard बहुत फालतू था. सर मैं टिप प्रेस कर रहा था लेकिन फिगर्स वर्ड्स वगैरह आ ही नहीं रहे थे. सो दूसरा पर्सन ने बोला कि सर जब हम लोग नया नया कीबोर्ड वगैरह खरीदते हैं उसके बटन थोड़े हार्ड होते हैं. ऐसा कुछ नहीं था. मैंने भी उसको समझाया, बात सुनते नहीं है. तो मैंने बोला ना भैया घर से एग्जाम दो, मेरा ये कीबोर्ड है, ये कीबोर्ड है, डेली इसको यूज करते हैं, देखना नहीं पड़ता है क्या बटन प्रेस करने से. आपको क्या प्रॉब्लम है घर से एग्जाम देने में यार? सो मेरा पर्सनल एडवाइस है, गिविंग एग्जाम फ्रॉम होम इज एडवाइजेबल. फिर भी आपको नहीं समझ में आता है, आप जाइए एग्जाम सेंटर. हु इज स्टॉपिंग यू? देयर इज नोबडी टू स्टॉप यू. यू कैन गिव एग्जाम इन एग्जाम सेंटर ऑल्सो. रिजल्ट आएगा अराउंड 6 to 7 weeks के बाद. ऐसे द डेट्स ऑफ रिजल्ट्स आर फिक्स्ड. व्हेन यू गिव एग्जाम ऑन 10th August, द रिजल्ट विल बी कमिंग अराउंड 28th of September. 20 to 25th September करीब आएगा. In the morning 5 a.m. Thursday, one Thursday they are producing the result for operational case study. Another Thursday they are producing the result for management case study. And the next Thursday they produce the result for strategy case study. Like the exams are there in August, around 10th of August operational case study. Around 17, 18 August management case study. Around the 25th of August strategy case study. And similarly the results are 1 week later. 6 weeks approximately they are taking time to produce the results. Because this answer is not machine checked. This is human marked because it's theory. Somebody need to read your answer, analyze what marks to be given, and then the marks are given. So it takes around 6 weeks to produce the results. And I don't think so anything else which I need to say generally about the exam, about the preparation, about what we will be doing in the class, about the exam pattern, the passing criteria, exam form, the, what do you say? The FLP student need to submit the assignments, exam form filling, result date, different types of variant, question paper pattern and all that. Everything which is in my mind, I said. For the time being, any question relating to this to anybody, I'm waiting for 2-3 minutes, because when you chat in the chat box, it takes times in YouTube. So if there is any further question in anybody's mind, which I have not discussed, which I have not communicated, then please ask, I will explain that. Anybody has anything to ask, any specific question? Yes, sir. What help you require, Samarth Surana ji? What I said in the last 30-40 minutes, sir. It is possible from starting today to score world rank, not only pass, sir. Because if you give exam in November, then also you will study for case study 40-50 days only, sir. The institute is releasing the material 40-50 days before the exam. So nobody can prepare for the case study more than this time. Maybe you joined late, but I was discussing this only for last 30-40 minutes, sir. There are students who scored world rank first, second, first तो नहीं लाया. First आया था case study में नहीं, first भी आया था. There was a student named as, I think, Karthik. Scored world rank first in operational case study through our classes in 40-50 days study only. So why it is not possible for you, man? ठीक है सर, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है सर. आप नहीं भी देंगे एग्जाम, you will try for November, then also you will study 40-50 days only. So it's upon you whether you want to give exam in August or in November. Then anybody else has anything to ask? Sujan, Singha, Kalpana, Aswini. You are always taking tension, Aswini. Yes, sir, I will be able to pass or not. Sir, I will be able to prepare or not. I will make you pass. Just you need to give me commitment. Whatever I said, you will be doing in coming 40-50 days. Thank you. Thank you, Murli. So now we start our discussion of the pre-seen material. I'm not reading one by one line of the pre-seen material. I'm explaining in my words what they have given. It is on Saturday this time only, not every day. Every week, Saturday, Saturday, Saturday. This is the class schedule, sir. Saturday, 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 all Saturdays. 11 to 2, maybe sometimes 2:30, 3 o'clock. Class timing is 11. But whether it will end at 2 o'clock or 2:30, 3 o'clock, I don't know. Because I always have the time to start. No time to complete. Okay? जैसे जरूरत होगा वैसे the class timing will be there, bhai. Normally, since I have taught so many times in the past, different case studies for all the levels, so I generally, in my understanding, this time is enough to complete intrinsically to help you to pass the exam. This is more than enough. Along with that, मान लीजिए मैं 7 to 8 classes ले रहा हूँ 3-4 घंटे करके 30 hours. आपको सेल्फ स्टडी 70 hours करना है. 30 and 70 100 hour. जैसे शाहरुख खान का था ना 70 मिनट. अगर आप 70 मिनट अपना अच्छा खेल खेल लिए तो आप जीत जाओगे. तो मैं बोल रहा हूं 100 घंटे. 100 घंटे अगर आप 50 दिनों में पढ़ लिए तो आप जीत जाओगे. Along with the class time also. And I am not demanding any extraordinary thing कि 100 घंटा 50 दिन में हम नहीं पढ़ सकते. नहीं पढ़ सकते तो कभी सीमा नहीं होएगा सर. ठीक है? 100 hour study in 50 days. I assume that this is possible for everybody. Whether you are taking classes from me, whether you are doing self-study, whether you are taking classes from somebody else, doesn't matter. That story remains same. You can call me, sir. My numbers are there in Jug Jahir. मेरा नंबर दुनिया में सब जगह है. 9830176993. Just that I will be available today after 6 p.m. because after this class I have another class, so I will be able to talk after 6 p.m. हाँ? बहुत ज्यादा देर मत करना, रात को 9 मत बजाना. Around 6 p.m. you call me. And before that, after the class, after the session, you can send WhatsApp message. You can send voice message. What do you want to know? Before calling, I will explain. Okay. तो चलिए आगे बढ़ते हैं. The pre-seen material. So the company is dealing in, what do you say? The company is dealing in manufacturing, designing, selling of saddles. They are manufacturing, designing and selling saddles. Saddles is what? जब हम लोग हॉर्स राइडिंग करते हैं तो हॉर्स के ऊपर बैठने के लिए जो आपके नीचे सीट लगाया जाता है, that is called saddles. Horse riding saddles, they are manufacturing, designing, manufacturing, and then selling. According to my understanding and written in the pre-seen material also, this is what do you say? This industry or this organization, the business in which they are engaged is a technical type of industry. Technical matlab everybody cannot do the job of making saddles and selling saddle. जैसे मान लीजिए आई एम टीचिंग फॉर CIMA. आई एम नॉट सेइंग दैट द केस स्टडी टाइप ऑफ एग्जाम आर नॉट हैपनिंग एट अदर प्लेसेस, बट अकॉर्डिंग टू मी, टीचिंग एनी सब्जेक्ट इन अकाउंटिंग एंड finance and teaching for CIMA case study is different. Teaching for case study requires a different type of approach because it is not bookish. It's a technical study. So it is not possible that for CIMA case study or any case study of this type, you will find thousands of faculties in the market. Not possible. Similarly, according to my understanding, the research which I have done, manufacturing, designing and selling saddles, there are not millions of players in the market. वैसा नहीं है. It is a technical industry. It requires good experience, knowledge. Then only you will be able to function in this type of industry. Number ones, I have typed the number ना यार. मैंने नंबर टाइप किया था 9830176993. मैंने नंबर ऊपर टाइप किया है मेरे भाई, बोलने के साथ साथ. यू कैन सी जस्ट ऑन द चैट, 3 चैट के ऊपर, सराफ एकेडमी क्लासेस 9830176993. and similarly again I have typed 76993. This is my number since inception. I took the mobile phone, I don't remember exactly, around 97-98. ठीक है. और तब से लेकर अभी तक मेरा ये एक ही नंबर है दुनिया में. सब जगह हम लोग की वीडियो में सब जगह लिखा हुआ मेरा नंबर यार. इट्स in my mobile phone there are 5 lakh students numbers contact and I have already taught in my life more than 2 lakh students. सबसे कनेक्शन है. अगर 25 साल पहले कोई पढ़ा है तो आज भी कनेक्शन है सर. ये नहीं डेली डेली कोई बात हो रही है. आई एम नॉट सेइंग दैट, बट स्टिल द कनेक्शन इज देयर टू whom ever I taught. So it's a normal number sir, and I am not going to change my number never in life. मेरे पास कोई 2 फोन है भी नहीं, एक ही फोन है सर. ठीक है, आगे बढ़ते हैं सर. सॉरी. So what I mean to say that this type of business, that is manufacturing, designing and selling saddles, is not possible for everybody. It's a product which is manufactured from the ancient age by human beings, by laborer who have different types of skills. बिकॉज जो घोड़े का, जो हॉर्स का बॉडी होता है, छोटा घोड़ा है, बड़ा है, क्या नस्ल है उसका, क्या एज है, उसके बेसिस पे उसका वो डिजाइनिंग करना पड़ता है, एंड इट्स अ वेरी डिफिकल्ट टास्क. Our company is still, we started our business in 1906, you can see. That means more than 100-year-old company. And we started our business more than 100 years back. And the same business model we are still following. That is labor intensive, purchasing the wood, sizing the wood, designing the wood, cutting the wood, then उसमें दूसरा और other materials डालना. Then based on the different types of horses, based on the different types of materials, अलग अलग type का seat बनाना, which we can say as saddles, और वो saddle market में बेचना. These saddles are very costly. They are not cheap. They have written in the case study the price of one saddle in their currency, because this company name is Kanan, and they belong to a European country. They belong, Kanan only makes it, decides saddles, the company based in Keyland. The name of the company Kanan, there is no company in the world whose name is Kanan. And there is no country in the world named as Keyland. They are never using actual name of the company. Why? Because there can be problem, ethical issues, legal issues if we mention any name of a company which is actually there. But this Kanan and Keyland, based on the actual facts, there are examiner team around, what do you say, case study, pre-seen material team, around 40-50 persons. They go on doing research whole year to prepare the pre-seen material for different types of case study, 3 levels. तो ये सब प्रैक्टिकल है, लेकिन नाम सब हाइपोथेटिकल है. दिस इज प्योर प्रैक्टिकल. आप ऐसा सोचिए, आप हॉर्स सैडल्स बनाने का पूरा बिजनेस को समझ रहे हैं. इट्स नॉट बुकिश, इट्स प्योरली. अलग अलग इंडस्ट्री मेरे को पढ़ाने में बहुत मजा आता है, to get to know about that, their business problems, issues, their business model, how they can improve their business and all that, what are the opportunities, how the मजा आता है, अच्छा लगता है. उसका कोई आंसर कोई बुक में नहीं लिखा हुआ है सर. आप E1 P1 F1 कितना भी पढ़ लीजिए, लेकिन उसका कोई आंसर कहीं मिलेगा नहीं. That's your understanding process. There are so many students who joined 2 months, 3 months back, and I go on telling them कि भाई आपको E1 P1 F1 बाद में देखना है, पहले एक बार आपको प्रीवियस टर्म का ऑपरेशनल केस स्टडी क्लास देखिए, समझ में आएगा कि अल्टीमेटली पढ़ना क्या है. कोई सुनता नहीं है. दे गो ऑन आस्किंग इलॉजिकल क्वेश्चंस कि सर मेरा E1 P1 F1 खत्म होएगा कि नहीं. आई डोंट अंडरस्टैंड हाउ टू से दिस अगेन एंड अगेन. आप देखेंगे पूरा का पूरा बैच में जो भी मैं पढ़ाऊंगा, उसका अप्रोच क्या है. E1 P1 F1 का टेक्निकल अप्रोच है ही नहीं, तो आप क्यों टेंशन लेंगे कि E1 P1 F1 पढ़ना है. ठीक है, आगे बढ़ते हैं. So I mean to say that कि this company established in 1906 by a person named William Kanan. Obviously that person is not alive. On the name of that person, the name of the company is Kanan, and the successive generations of that person, William Kanan, are running the business still in the same way the way it was running 1906 में. They have not used the new technology, because nowadays human beings are not required for a normal type of job, for cutting the wood, for different types of polishing and all that. We can use robots, we can use technological advancements which can reduce your pressure, which can increase your production process, which can improve the quality of the product. That they have not done since 1906 till 2025, because it is coming 24. उन्होंने कोई इंप्रूवमेंट इस चीज में नहीं किया है. इट इज बैड ऑल्सो. दे आर रनिंग द सेम मॉडल ऑफ बिजनेस which started in 1906. Now when we see saddles, there are different types of saddles in the market. Suppose I will say that there are different types of polo and different types of sports are there, where the person sit on the horse back and then they play. For that the saddles required each of a different category. ओलंपिक में अलग अलग गेम्स होते हैं जहां पर सैडल्स अलग तरह का होता है वो गेम्स खेलने के लिए. because it required to hold you. You were not sitting, you were slightly up and then नीचे गिरते रहते हैं आप. You can see any video on YouTube, मैंने निकाला नहीं, but normally we are understanding. Now in army, जब आर्मी फाइट वगैरह करने जाती है, different places are there. There are so many horses they are using. They also require a different type of saddles. There are some persons who have farmhouse, and in the farmhouse they have 1 or 2 horses, and for that they require a general type of saddle to do farming, to go here and there, not for any sports purpose or anything. So there are different category of persons in the world, those who require saddles. और सबका रिक्वायरमेंट अलग है, सबका हॉर्स का क्वालिटी अलग है, सबका पर्पस अलग है. So the saddle should be prepared according to different requirements. But this company is always traditionally making a general type of saddle. Those saddles cannot be used for sports purpose. They are not specializing in those categories. They are making saddles which are for general purpose, just for recreation and all that. You can see that we started earlier making saddles for army because by that they started the business. So थोड़ा बहुत आर्मी में भी यूज हो सकता है, but it is there since 125 years. They are making traditional general type of saddles which will be used by those persons for recreation and for, what do you say, for farming, not for the sports and all that. The numerical questions, I will say Sujan, on my YouTube channel. There is a February 2022. It is 24. February 2022, there are 8 classes. All 8 classes of February 2022 is uploaded on YouTube, on my channel. You see all the 8 classes. Whatever I taught in the 8 classes, 60% I will be teaching in this batch the same thing. यानी कि 60%, बस वो केस स्टडी अलग है, इंडस्ट्री इज डिफरेंट, द क्वेश्चंस वेयर डिजाइन बेस्ड ऑन दैट इंडस्ट्री, बट मैं इस बैच में वही कराने वाला हूं और मैं हर बैच में वही करा रहा हूं. द सेम थिंग आई एम डूइंग. तो इनका न्यूमेरिकल क्वेश्चन आपको कैलकुलेटर एग्जाम में यूज नहीं आएगा. If there is ratio, if there is any variance calculation, they will do. In the question, it is already done. You need to analyze the variance. You need to comment on that, what you are getting by those calculations. How those calculations will help in the business problem solving. What is the interpretation of those calculations? So normally in case study exam, the calculator is not required. Whatever calculation and all that to be done, that calculation is already in unseen, not in pre-seen. In the exam, when they will be giving you 4 questions, the different parts, there they will do all the calculations for you. The calculations student don't need to do. Understand? It's a thinking process, analysis exam. बोला calculation बच्चा लोग करेगा. Nowadays, there are so many softwares where the calculation variance in the company's ERP system automatically done by the machine. तो ह्यूमन बींग्स का जरूरत ही क्या कैलकुलेशन करने का? उसको तो इंटरप्रेट करना है, उसको एनालाइज करना है, उसको बिजनेस प्रॉब्लम को सॉल्व करना है. सो जनरली नो कैलकुलेशंस आर इन्वॉल्व. जनरली द स्टूडेंट्स आर गिविंग द एग्जाम, दे डोंट यूज द कैलकुलेटर इवन फॉर अ सिंगल सेकंड. यू कैन टेक कैलकुलेटर इन एग्जाम, बट काम पड़ता नहीं है सर. सो मैं आपको एडवाइस करूंगा, मेरा फरवरी 2022 का यूट्यूब में सारा क्लासेस है, आप देख लीजिए. 8 क्लासेस है, 7 से 8 सारा क्लासेस कंप्लीट कर लीजिए. वीडियो करने के लिए मान लीजिए आप 10 दिन लगाइए, आपको एरिया हो गया. अब इसके बेसिस पे आप प्रिपेयर कर लीजिए. यू डोंट नीड टू इन्वेस्ट एनी मनी. You will be able to prepare from that only. Even those who have joined with us, I told them, भाई आप सीधा सीधे YouTube पे जाके फरवरी 2022 का केस कौन करता है यार? करता ही नहीं है. तभी तो इलॉजिकल डाउट बार बार आते रहते हैं ना. जब फ्री में रिसोर्सेस उसको भी नहीं यूज कर रहे हैं, तो फिर इन दैट केस तो कैसे पास होएंगे यार? हाउ वी विल पास द एग्जाम? सो when we are starting preparation, the first thing in life is planning. हम लोग प्लान ही नहीं कर रहे हैं तो हम एग्जाम पास कैसे होंगे? कौन सा मटेरियल पढ़ेंगे, कहां से पढ़ेंगे, कैसे पढ़ना है, एग्जाम कैसा है, उसके लिए प्रैक्टिस कैसे करना है? अगर यही हम प्रिपेयर्ड नहीं है तो हाउ कैन वी से दैट वी विल बी, इसीलिए तो द क्वेश्चन कम्स वेदर दिस पीरियड इज इनफ और नॉट। जब आपको फ्री में रिसोर्सेस यूट्यूब पे मिल रहा है तो काहे को प्रॉब्लम है यार। गॉड हेल्प्स दोज हु हेल्प देमसेल्व्स। कोई जन को नोट्स मेल करते हैं तो बोलता है सर नोट्स कहाँ मिलेगा। आप अपना मेल चेक नहीं करते हैं, व्हाट्सअप नहीं देखते हैं, कैसे जाके आपको बोला जाए, कैसे आपको हेल्प किया जाए। आप अगर 2 महीने से ज्वाइंट है और आपको ये भी नहीं पता कि मैं नोट्स कैसे दूंगा, मैं मेल करूंगा कि कैसे दूंगा, और आप बोल रहे हैं कहाँ नोट्स है, तो इसका तो कोई सॉल्यूशन नहीं है ना। आई एम नॉट एंग्री, बट आई एम सेइंग दैट व्हाई द स्टूडेंट्स आर लाइक दिस, व्हाई दे आर नॉट सीरियस टू अंडरस्टैंड। अभी मैंने पहले क्लास में बोला कि मैं होमवर्क दूंगा, सबमिट करना है वगैरह, तो फिर आप पूछेंगे क्या वापस से। फॉर दैट रीजन आई ऑलवेज से डू द रिकॉर्डिंग्स ऑफ द क्लास विच इज ऑलरेडी डन। इवन दो यू वेयर देयर इन द लाइव क्लास, आप उसका रिकॉर्डिंग फिर से करिए, आप उसका स्पीड बढ़ा दीजिए, बिकॉज नहीं तो आप वही बातें आप बार बार पूछोगे तो फिर आप आगे कैसे बढ़ोगे। तो सुजैर, माई एडवाइस फॉर यू, you do the February 2022 all the classes, you will understand what question, what type of things will be coming, and then उसके बाद आप इस केस स्टडी के बेसिस पे प्रिपरेशन कर लीजिए, हो जाएगा सर एकदम बढ़िया से। ठीक है। So what I was telling that in these 120 years they have not done business development, they have not developed their products for sports, for different types, they have not used technology, the basic type of work which is still done by the human beings, laborers, that can be shifted on technology basis, that will help to grow the business, that will help them to become more competitive. Because I said that this is a business where everybody cannot enter, that I understand. But then it is not that you will be having monopoly, nobody is there. दूसरे players, बड़े बड़े players हैं, they are offering the products all over the world. We are also having our business in Kanan, Keyland. We have our business in other parts of Europe. We are in Asia, we are in America, but very low volume. Because the reason is that कि मान लीजिए आप कोई फैमिली को जानते होंगे, कोई भी बिजनेस को, कि भैया आपका दादा परदादा जो ओल्ड जनरेशन है उन्होंने बिजनेस बनाया, और आप कुछ दिमाग नहीं लगाते, आप सुबह से रात तक खाली मजा करते हैं, और वो जो बिजनेस है वो वैसे ही फॉर्म में चले जा रहा है। ओवर एटीट्यूड कर रहा है, नॉट गेटिंग सर, ओवर एटीट्यूड कर रहा है, व्हाट इज दैट मिस्टर ए। यस, व्हाट डाउट, टेल मी ना यार, राइट इन द चैट। व्हाट डाउट मैन। एंड ए व्हाट यू आर राइटिंग, ओवर एटीट्यूड कर रहा है, व्हाट इज दैट ओवर एटीट्यूड मीन्स। Please type in the chat box so that I can understand and I will reply properly. Hers Goel ji, what is your doubt? Please type in the chat box. Are you both typing, please? So I am proceeding. When you will type, I will reply. Huh? So what I am saying that it's good that they are in the business for 120 years. It's an old business, old brand. People must be knowing them. So selling the product and services in this difficult type of business may not be a challenge for them. They are able to sell their products with a quite a proper growth for last 120 years. But the problems are there. They are not doing innovations. They are not developing their products. They are not bringing use of technology. So because of that, they are saying that the industry is very advancing. The demand for the saddles are continuously increasing, but they have not been able to outgrow their business to next level. A normal growth is there, but that growth which can be very high because of their, what do you say, following the old tradition, वो लोग उसके कारण ग्रो नहीं कर पा रहे. तो यहां से एक ये चीज दिख रहा है कि कंपनी को प्रोडक्ट इनोवेशंस, कंपनी को टेक्नोलॉजिकल यूसेज, कंपनी को मार्केट में कस्टमर को समझना, टेक्नोलॉजी को यूज करना, ये सब जरूरत है. बट क्या है कि द पर्सन हु इज मैनेजिंग द कंपनी इज ओल्ड एज पर्सन, नॉट मिस्टर विलियम, but the successor of Mr. William, the grandson and all that, he is also old age of around 50-52 years person. So not interested in doing so much innovation. But her daughter, his daughter, who is athlete, jumping karti hai, and he participated in Olympic also and all that, the daughter is going to take interest in the business. And the daughter has given interview. The daughter has given interview to newspaper wala or any ad agency that now since her study is completed and she will be taking care to develop the products for innovations and all that. Because up till now she was in Olympics, she was doing graduation, which is completed, the study is done. So she has opened her plan that she will be developing the products and she will be taking interest in the business. But abhi tak 125 years mein they have not done that. They are saying that they are making 5 types of products. The different products are based on sizes of the saddles. There are different sizes in all 5 categories. And in the 5 category, there are better type of wood, less better type of wood. Some different criteria are there. And in that, different sizes. So they are making 5 category of products for a long time. My voice is breaking. Is everybody facing the same issue? Maybe for 1 or 2 seconds it breaks. That may happen because of internet. But normally, is everybody facing the same issue? Because it is not using any software. It is YouTube. And in the YouTube, you will be receiving slightly in a time decay. Suppose I am saying now you will receive it is after 3-4 seconds later. Some time decay is there in YouTube. Is everybody facing the same problem? You are not understanding what I am saying? Others? Okay. So maybe there is her internet problem at your place. Because I am also seeing that the number of students who are doing the live session, they are continuously changing. Continuously. Because maybe at some place the internet is not that good. For that reason, you are logging out of the YouTube again and again. So the numbers are continuously changing every seconds. Okay? No problem. According to me, my internet is running very well. The speed is very good. And it is going through YouTube. So there is no software used. So you should be getting the voice properly. Maybe 1 or 2 seconds when the bandwidth go, but that will not affect your understanding. If you are at a place where the internet speed is not good, then you may face problem. ऐसा हो सकता है. Okay? ठीक है, proceed. Now the 5 types of products which we are producing, as I said, those 5 types of products has different sale prices based on quality, the different cost structure, the different profit margin percentages. In those 5 types of products, there are different sizes we are offering. Those 5 products we are offering for quite a long time. They have not mentioned since how many years we are offering those 5 products only. Obviously, we can say that in the 5 products, what changes we should be doing, how the cost can be minimized, how we can change the prices by bringing the quality, which type of market we can target, what type of pricing policy we should follow, and what type of quality improvement we can do. That there can be a scenario, the question can come, बोलेगा सर अभी आगे बात करेंगे क्या चेंज आ सकता है, बिकॉज सपोज दे विल से दैट our competitor is offering particular sports related saddles. In that type of sports related saddle, in that type of sports related saddle, there is a particular requirement of a material, there is a particular requirement of designing. For that material or designing, the cost will increase like this. For that material and designing, the selling prices will be like this. So whether it should be done or not, whether it is doable or not, you don't need to do any calculation. They will create a scenario and you need to analyze and give your comment that whether this should be done or not, what are the advantages and disadvantages of doing that. There are questions I will be giving in core area A, B, C, D, E relating to that. I said earlier, they have not bring any innovations. So maybe the question can be designed based on innovations, based on partnership with somebody, based on some strategic alliance with somebody, based on change in the material, based on change in resources. The products they are offering is 5 only. There is a particular sale price, there is a cost, there is a margin given in the question, given in the pre-seen material. We need to remember in the exam those percentages, margin and all that. Bolega why? You can open pre-seen material during the entire exam. There is a tab, pre-seen tab. But if in the exam hall you again and again open pre-seen material, you can't write the answer. आपको 40, 45, 50 days पहले दिया गया है, तो आप बार बार एग्जाम में थोड़ी ना खोलोगे. So somebody was asking, sir, calculation CA CMA जैसे. Sir, calculation आप पहले से घर से याद करके जाइए. जो भी फिगर्स पीएल अकाउंट बैलेंस शीट में सेल्स का है, रेशियोज है, आप निकाल के रेडी रहिए. आप उसको 2 बार 3 बार पढ़ के दिमाग में सेट कर लीजिए, so that in the exam you can write those figures without showing any calculation. The examiner is not expecting that whatever in the pre-seen sales percentages are given, you will do the calculation in exam. आप straight away उसको लिखकर आंसर लिख सकते हैं. So those percentages where we can improve our market, because questions are there where the numericals are done and you are being asked which product you need to focus, why you will focus on this product, why you will not do this, that. With the scenario, the questions are there. तो आपका अगर pre-seen अच्छे से नहीं पढ़ा हुआ है, you will not be able to write the answers, and that is not any bookish question calculation. Practical understanding of the business. आप समझ लीजिए हमारे यहाँ 5 प्रोडक्ट है, सीमा, ACCA, CMA, CPA, डिप्लोमा, IFRS. सराफ एकेडमी को कौन से प्रोडक्ट पे ध्यान देना है, कौन से प्रोडक्ट का सेल प्राइस गिराना है, बढ़ाना है, कौन से प्रोडक्ट पे कॉस्ट गिरेगा, ये तो कोई किताब में नहीं लिखा हुआ है, नॉट रिटन एनीवेयर. दैट्स माय बिजनेस एंगल. यू कांट रीड दैट फ्रॉम P1, E1, F1 मटेरियल. प्री सीन आपको, इसीलिए मैंने 2 दिन पहले आप लोग को प्री सीन दिया, थोड़ा राइटअप दिया कि यू नीड टू बी रेडी. भैया प्री सीन नहीं किए, आज से कर लीजिएगा. Read the pre-seen material, read the write-up which is already given to you, so that you are regularly updating yourself. दिन में 2 घंटा, 2 hours in a day. I will make you pass, I am telling you. Whether you are average, below average, whatever category of student you are, भरोसा करिए, have a trust on me. I will make you pass if you study regularly 2 hours. But don't raise illogical questions. Material कहाँ है, कहाँ से मिले? अरे भाई मेल चेक करना यार. व्हाट्सएप में आप ग्रुप में हैं, ग्रुप में आपको सब बात बोला जा रहा है, तो ग्रुप में अलग अलग और सेपरेट बात क्या बोले? Why the WhatsApp group is created? Two purpose. So that I can communicate with all of you in one go. I don't need to message one by one. And all those who are there in the WhatsApp, you can see others. उससे दोस्ती करना मना है क्या? Suppose somebody is Hers in the WhatsApp group. Hers will message to another person, you don't know the name. You will message to another person privately I am also from Saraf Academy classes. Let's study together. From which country you are, from which place you are. Let's study together to pass this exam. कोई प्रॉब्लम है क्या? अगला बोलेगा नहीं मेरे को दोस्ती नहीं करना है, मोहम्मद आसिफ विल से नो आई एम नॉट इंटरेस्टेड. ठीक है भैया, जय राम जी की टाटा बाय बाय. लेकिन आपको ग्रुप में सबका नंबर है, आप उससे कनेक्ट करिए ना, आप उसके साथ में पढ़िए. बिकॉज व्हेन द स्टडी इज डन टुगेदर द सक्सेस रेट इज हायर. व्हेन योर फ्रेंड इज स्टडिंग समथिंग और आप नहीं पढ़े हैं तो आप भी पढ़ने लग जाते हैं. सो फॉर दैट रीजन आई एम सेइंग दैट द व्हाट्सएप ग्रुप को यूज करिए और बार बार अलग अलग मैसेज मत करिए. whatever instructions given in the mail in the WhatsApp group created by Saraf Academy, उसको फॉलो करिए और मन से पढ़ना चालू करिए in place of asking illogical questions. That's my advice. Otherwise, we will not be able to pass this exam. Okay. So what I was saying that the 5 products, their cost structure, their profit margin, their sale price, where we can improve and all that. What are the different pricing policies are there? Which pricing I can apply to increase my margin? Where I can focus? If I have limited resources, मेरे पास 5 प्रोडक्ट, why I am making 5 products only? Why I am making that much quantity only? Obviously, limitations of resources are there. Maybe labor hour, maybe any other resource. So with the limited resources, which product we should be focusing more? बोलेगा आपका P1 सिलेबस के अंदर है limitations, learning curve, linear programming and all that, ये सब आपके सिलेबस में है. वो वैसे टेक्निकल नहीं, यहां अप्लाई करना है. मैं बताऊंगा क्लास में, क्वेश्चन भी दूंगा, करवाऊंगा भी. आप गलत सही लिखेंगे, मैं एक्सप्लेन करूंगा, हो जाएगा. सिनारियो दूंगा, उसको एक्सप्लेन करेंगे. आप पुराना केस स्टडी का क्लासेस कर लेते, कितना अच्छा होता. आप 2 महीना से अगर ज्वाइंट हैं और मैं बोले जा रहा हूं आपको कि आप 2022 का सारा आप खाली बोलते हैं कर लिए, लेकिन क्वेश्चन जब आप रेस करते हैं, क्वेश्चन तो क्योंकि आप वीडियो ठीक से करते नहीं है, जल्दीबाजी से आगे बढ़ा देते हैं. जैसे अभी मान लीजिए देयर आर सम इलॉजिकल थिंग्स आई एम सेइंग, ऐसे पढ़ियो, आपको अच्छा नहीं लग रहा है, बट आई नीड टू से दिस इन द क्लास ना. लाइव क्लास का फीलिंग अलग है, रिकॉर्डिंग इज टोटली रिकॉर्डिंग. इफ यू देयर लाइव द फीलिंग इज टोटली डिफरेंट. आई एम ऑलवेज लाइव फॉर एवरी कोर्स, एवरी, but I cannot be live for 16 subjects of CIMA in one go. If whether you are my student already joined, then also आपको February 22 का सारा केस स्टडी कंप्लीट कर लेना चाहिए. Freely available on YouTube. Even though you are me not my student, तब भी जिससे कि आपको समझ में आए ना. So what I mean to say that relating to product, the pricing, which product we need to focus, limiting factors, how we can improve our performance relating to different products, इस टाइप का क्वेश्चंस एग्जाम्स में आएगा, आना भी चाहिए. आया वो ये पास्ट टर्म में, वैसा ही तो करना है. Then comes, they are selling their products through wholesalers and retailers. They are never selling directly to customers. There are wholesalers and retailers in Europe, in key land, in Asia, in America. They are giving their product to those wholesalers and retailers, and then those wholesalers and retailers are selling to the final consumers. For selling to wholesalers and retailers, we have salesmanship, we have sales manager, we have sales offices. Those sales manager and sales offices connect with the wholesalers and retailers, and they are very much connected with the, because the customers are old wholesalers and retailers. नए भी आते हैं लेकिन सब पुराना रिलेशनशिप है हमारा. और जो हमारे स्टाफ है, जो सेल्समैन है, जो सेल्स ऑफिसेस है, वो रेगुलरली कस्टमर से कनेक्ट करते हैं, उनका रिक्वायरमेंट समझते हैं और उनको वो प्रोडक्ट देते हैं जो उनको चाहिए है. उनका डिमांड वगैरह एनालिसिस करते हैं, प्राइसेस वगैरह, पेमेंट टर्म्स आर अराउंड 60 days, 30 to 60 days, and all the customers to whom we are selling the product, they are paying to us within 50 to 60 days. मतलब there is no delay. We have a very good relationship with our customers. But आज की दुनिया में आपको और सेल्स चैनल खोलना होगा. You should be selling directly to consumers to increase your margin. आप वेबसाइट अच्छा सा बनाइए, ऑनलाइन प्लेटफॉर्म में जाइए, Amazon, बहुत सारा प्लेटफॉर्म है, और डायरेक्टली कंज्यूमर को सेल करिए ना. क्या जरूरत है कि होलसेलर और रिटेलर के थ्रू ही जाएंगे? Whether we should be doing this to sell our saddles through our website, making a new website, maybe some social media presence, some marketing, and directly targeting the consumers, whether we should be doing this or we should continue our old strategy of selling our products through wholesalers and retailers, which we are doing since last 120 plus years. Kya bhai? Type in the chat box, everyone, whether we should start selling directly to consumers or not. Whether we should start selling directly to consumers or not. Whether we should start selling directly to consumers, that is B2C. Presently, the sale is B2B, business to business. We are not selling to final consumers, customers. We are selling to wholesalers and retailers. So whether going forward, we should change our strategy that we should be selling directly to consumers. Kalpana, what is the disadvantage of doing this? If we start directly selling to consumers, what will be the problem we are going to face? Because everything is not, what do you say, advantageous. There are factors which are disadvantageous also. So if others are also thinking that we should be selling directly to consumers, then what will be the problems we are going to face if we will do that? Yes. Aswini, Muhammad, Asif, Ali, Janak, Kalpana, all of you, one question. That if we start directly selling to consumers, what will be the problem? Payment. The consumers will give the payment at that moment only. There is no credit sale to consumers. When you are selling to wholesalers and retailers, you are giving credit. But when you sell directly to consumers, there is no credit. So the payment problem will not arise, sir. The payment problem will not arise, sir. They don't know knowledge of B2C. ये बहुत सिंपल बात हो गया यार. उसमें नॉलेज क्या होता है? जो लोग को भी प्रोडक्ट खरीदना है उनको अप्रोच करना है थ्रू वेबसाइट, थ्रू सोशल मीडिया, थ्रू ऑनलाइन चैनल्स. और यह जहां जहां पर अपना सेल्समैन, सेल्स ऑफिसेस है, उनको थोड़ा डायरेक्शन देना है कि आप जो डायरेक्ट कंज्यूमर्स है उनसे भी जा जाके मिलिए, उनको बताइए और सेल करिए. उसमें नॉलेज क्या लेना है सर? I don't think so this will be a problem. You can say we have not done in the past in 120 years. It will be a slightly new thing. Some issues may crop up, but not that much important disadvantage. You understand that suppose I am selling my product, you all are the wholesalers. You all are the retailers. अब अगर मैं डायरेक्टली कंज्यूमर को बेचूंगा तो क्या आप मेरे साथ बिजनेस चालू रखेंगे? When I am selling my product for last 120 years through wholesalers and retailers, and I will start directly targeting consumers, whether the wholesalers and retailers will continue business with me. Building trust will not be a problem, Aswini, because the trust is already built up in 120 years. Ultimately, the consumers are using our product, and we are very famous, the written in the pre-scene relating to our product quality. They don't have that specific team, Janak, but that can be managed. Problem नहीं है उसमें सर. प्रॉब्लम है कि आप जिनको होलसेलर रिटेलर्स को प्रोडक्ट सेल कर रहे हैं और फाइनल कंज्यूमर के पास जाता है, अब आप डायरेक्टली फाइनल कंज्यूमर से डील करेंगे तो होलसेलर रिटेलर बोलेगा हमारा काम ही क्या है? यू आर टेकिंग माई बिजनेस. सो व्हेन यू आर टेकिंग माई बिजनेस, व्हाई आई विल बी सेलिंग योर प्रोडक्ट टू कंज्यूमर्स? According to me, this is the biggest issue. Targeting consumers, quality, something we have not done in the past, I don't think so is a big issue. Teaching to the team how to sell that, वो लोग वैसे भी तो होलसेलर रिटेलर से कनेक्ट तो करते ही है ना, प्रोडक्ट का फीचर ये सब तो बताते ही है. डायरेक्टली कंज्यूमर को बताने में क्या इश्यू है? So how we will tackle this? If the existing wholesalers and retailers stop buying with us, if we are directly targeting to consumers, तो इसको कैसे रोकेंगे, कैसे मैनेज करेंगे? Or we should stop selling to wholesalers and retailers, only direct sale to consumers. आप समझिए, अंडरस्टैंड, अश्विनी, जनक, देन व्हाट डू यू से, कल्पना, मोहम्मद आसिफ अली, ये कौन सा सिलेबस से है? ये E1 P1 F1 कौन सा सिलेबस है? कोई सिलेबस नहीं। केस स्टडी एग्जाम इज नॉट अ सिलेबस मैन। I think we cannot do this in one go. We cannot stop selling to wholesalers and retailers, start selling directly to consumers, customers is not possible. It will be very big problematic. Our entire sale will halt. We need to target in those markets where the wholesaler retailers are less. Or maybe if the wholesaler retailers are there, we will be telling them, if in your market the direct consumers will be coming, we will be giving you commission on that. But we need to increase our market. Because when something is sold by 2-3 persons, by more players, तो होता क्या है कि कंज्यूमर को नॉलेज और मिलता है. At the wholesaler retailer level, the marketing which they are doing is limited. But at a company level, when we will be doing the marketing, then it will be beneficial to the wholesaler retailers also to attract more and more customers. So one thing, we will be targeting those markets where wholesaler retailers are very less to increase our market horizon. And at the same time, where the wholesaler retailers are there, and we start doing the direct consumer marketing selling, we need to keep them in the loop. We need to tell them, we need to convince them, we need to understand them, we need to give them the commission on that sale also, so that we are not losing them. And we need to tell them why we are doing this. It is not only advantageous for Kanan, but it will be advantageous for the wholesalers and retailers also. According to me, this is more challenging. This is most important. What do you all think? Because new B2C channel setup करना, team को समझाना, consumer को target करना, I understand we need to develop a website because we don't have a proper website. We need to teach our team. We need to do the marketing. We need to be available on the, what do you say, direct Amazon and all that, these types of systems, so that we can do that. But all these are manageable, can be done. पैसा फेंको, तमाशा देखो. But the major issue is existing business. आप एक साथ बंद करके ये नहीं कर सकते, है ना? There is no write-up for this in E1 P1 F1. Everybody understand. आप E1 P1 F1 सोच सोच कर माथा खराब कर रहे हैं अपना. और मैं बोल रहा हूं E1 P1 F1 वैसे जरूरत ही नहीं है. बिजनेस को समझिए, बिजनेस क्या है, कहां प्रॉब्लम्स है, क्या हो रहा है, कैसे बिजनेस को आगे बढ़ा सकते हैं, व्हाट बिजनेस मॉडल वी नीड टू चेंज, इफ वी चेंज व्हाट विल बी द इफेक्ट, एडवर्स, पॉजिटिव, दिस दैट इज द केस स्टडी एग्जाम सर. इसीलिए पढ़ाने में मजा आता है, पढ़ने में भी मजा आता है. इट्स नॉट बुकिश मैन. अगर पुराना कोई भी वीडियो थोड़ा सा देख लेते तो क्वेश्चंस ये सब आते ही नहीं कि सीए सीएम में जैसे में एग्जाम होता है वैसे. क्या कर रहे हैं आप? हाउ कैन यू से दैट यू आर अ सीरियस स्टूडेंट व्हेन व्हाटएवर आई एम सेइंग यू आर नॉट डूइंग? और आप बोलेंगे सर मैं तो आपका स्टूडेंट नहीं हूं. अरे यार, तो मेरा वीडियो फ्री, ये भी तो यूट्यूब में, वंस द क्लास इज ओवर इट विल बी देयर इन यूट्यूब, ऑटोमेटिकली गेटिंग ऑन यूट्यूब. तो आपको कोई भी चीज करने के लिए पहले तैयार तो होना पड़ेगा ना. क्यों नहीं होते हैं? व्हाट्स द प्रॉब्लम इन लाइफ सर? कोई भी काम जिंदगी में करना है, पहले प्लानिंग सबसे ज्यादा जरूरी है. प्लानिंग, this is going planning only, man. Okay, proceeding. Now, they have said that our financial statement, that is in profit and loss account, the last year, current year, the sales, the gross profit, the cost of goods sold, admin, selling expenditures, profit after tax, tax in the balance sheet, assets, liabilities, and all that. There are changes. That is the financial analysis. The sales has grown by around 3%, but the expenditures are growing at greater than 3%, around 4.8%, they have said. Just that. मैंने वीडियो बहुत सारा क्यों नहीं दिया? बिकॉज वेरी वेरी गुड पिक्चर्स दे हैव गिवन इन द प्री सीन मटेरियल ऑटोमेटिकली। तो मेरे को और ज्यादा वीडियो जबरदस्ती का आपको पजल्ड करके बाय गिविंग यूट्यूब वीडियोस, घोड़ा चल रहा है, दौड़ रहा है एंड ऑल दैट, आई हैव नॉट गिवन, बिकॉज आई फाउंड दैट द पिक्चर्स आर वेरी कोजी, वेरी गुड टू अंडरस्टैंड। इसलिए वीडियो वगैरह जरूरत नहीं है। So many good pictures they have given in the entire pre-scene material. Fantastic. This is the financial statement. When you calculate 5860 minus 5690, the whole thing divided by 5690, you will be getting approximately 3%. When you calculate 3878 minus 3699, the whole thing divided by 3699, then you will be getting approximately 4.8%. These calculations already done in our notes, which is given to those registered students already 2 days back. And the voice message in WhatsApp, in mail given, bhaiya read karke rakhna. I am projecting most of you have not read. कोई बात नहीं, अब मत करना. Now don't do like that. You can see that from 2022 December to 2023, that is in the pre-scene 5690 to 5860, the growth in sales is 3%. And in the pre-scene, they have prepared budget also. The budget for 2024, they have prepared. The budget is that the increase in sales is projected 2.6%. That means whatever growth last year, usse bhi thoda kam, which is a very conservative estimate. No problem. The cost of sale has gone up from 2022 December to 2023 December by 4.8%. And they are estimating that in 2024 December, it will be increasing by 2.7%. Since the cost of goods sold has gone up greater than the sales, so the gross profit margin in the company last year, was 1991, but in the current year 1982, it is lower than last year. The amount has gone down by around 0.5%. But in the coming budget, we are saying that it is going to go up by 2.5%. Gross profit margin, which is 1991 divided by 5690 sales, 1982 divided by 5860 sales. The gross profit margin in 2022 was 35%. In current year, it is 33.8%. And the projection for the next year is also 33.8%. That means slightly the gross profit margin has gone down as compared to last year. The growth in selling cost, for the selling cost budget is not given from last year to current year. From last year to current year, the selling cost is 691 to 705. The percentage increase is 2%. The sale increase is 3%, but the cost increase is 2%. Admin expenditures 2.4% increase. Operating profit. Last year, operating income was 558 and then 517. It has quite significantly gone down. The operating profit has gone down by 7.3%. Operating profit margin. Last year, operating profit by sales. Current year, operating profit by sales. That is gone down from last year 9.8 to 8.8%. Return on capital employed. Operating profit is this. Capital employed is the amount invested in the business. That is equity and long-term debt. 1781 plus 200 current year, 1726 plus 200 last year. Or you can see in the balance sheet, total assets minus current liability will give you the same figure, equity plus long-term debt. Capital employed means long-term money invested in the business. Whatever the long-term money invested in the business, on that long-term money, what is the income we are generating? 517 and 558. The return on capital employed is coming Last year 29%, current year 26.1. Inventory days. What is inventory days? Inventory, that is as per the balance sheet. The inventory value as per the balance sheet, that is 645 and 590. And the cost of goods sold during the entire year. Last year 3699, current year 3878. This is the total cost of inventory sold out in 1 year, 3699 in 365 days. So when the inventory is around 645, the inventory 645, it is how many days inventory? 3699 each for 365 days. Then what is the value of inventory, which is as per the balance sheet for how many days? 3699 divided by 365 per day. 645 divided by per day inventory will give you number of days, how much days we will be using the inventory. So the last year, the inventory where we have 63.6 days. Current year, the inventory we are keeping for 55.5 days inventory. We have reduced the inventory level. According to me, it's good. Receivable days. How many days we are taking to collect money? This is the sale. We are assuming entire sale is the credit sale. There is no cash sale. And this is the receivable balance in the balance sheet, 867 and 811. So the total sale during the year is 5690 divided by 365 per day sale. Per day sale, receivable divided by per day sale will give you receivable days. They are 52 to 54, slightly gone up. But they have written in the pre-scene that the days for which we are giving credit to the customer is around 60 days. So the customers are paying the money in time. They are not dealing. The trade payables, whatever the payables divided by the per day purchases, per day cost of goods sold. So it is giving you how many days we are taking to make the payment to payables. So we are getting money from receivables and inventory and minus the payables, the net operating cycle. That is the time we are investing $1 today in the business. We are getting after 65.8 days last year. But the current year, 59.6 days we are taking. We are able to get money from the business faster. Current ratio 1.8, 1.9. Current assets as a proportion of current liability. Why this ratio calculated? For paying current liabilities, payables and all that, we need to use current assets. We can't use land, building, plant, machinery to pay current liabilities. So how much current assets we have to pay current liability? It is around 1.8, 1.9 times. Quick ratio. Current assets minus stock. Current assets minus stock divided by current liability. Why minus stock? We are saying that we cannot use inventory to pay our current liabilities. So in place of inventory, the other assets are there, which are how much to pay the current liabilities. These are all that in the short term, whatever money we need to pay, whether we can pay or not. Gearing ratio. That is the debt by equity. Debt is 200, equity is around 1800. So 200 by 1800, it is coming very lower proportion. And the interest coverage. Interest coverage is to pay interest how much income we have. To pay interest how much income we have. This is the income and this is the interest. So 558 we have to pay 12. 558 by 12 is called interest coverage. 517 by 12 is called interest coverage in the current year. That was last year. For paying $1 interest, we have $46.5 last year. Current year, it is 43.1. अगर मैंने लोन फोन लिया है, इंटरेस्ट पे करना है, तो इंटरेस्ट $1 पे करने के लिए मेरे पास $40 से ज्यादा है. This is called very high. That means if we go for a debt, we go for bank to give me debt and all that, there will not be any problem. We will be getting the debt from the fund providers very fast because our debt level is low and all that. By looking at these financials, what do you think? How is the performance of the company? If I will say, first of all, relating to profit, relating to top line, bottom line, top line sales, relating to bottom line, gross profit, operating profit and all that. It's good or bad? The performance of the company from 22 to 23 is good or bad? We always say that, like we go to a doctor and we check our blood pressure, then all that, temperature and all that. then that is called health of human being. Similarly, the health of the organization will be checked by looking at their financials. What is the growth in sales? What is the expenditures? What is the profit margin? And all that will give you the health of the organization. So what do you think? How is the health of the organization? It is good or bad? How is the health of the organization in terms of profitability and top line? Bottom line profitability, top line sales. Top matlab upar, bottom matlab niche. So in terms of top line, bottom line, how is the health of the organization in terms of profitability? Overall, there is growth in the company revenue and profits. Anything else? Anybody? We are saying that if their sales are growing by 3%, if you read the pre-seen material, they have said that the industry is growing very good because there is demand for sportsmen, there is demand for different types of culture. So the industry growth is very, very good. Very good means normally we say that the growth in the industry is greater than 10%. But our sales is growing only by 3%. So if we do a comparative analysis, then it is not looking good. At the same time, most of the expenditure, like the cost in sale, has gone up by 4.8%. In respect of sale, it is 3%. That means last year, if we sold, suppose, saddles 2,000 units, then current year we are selling 2,000 plus 3%. But in the last year, the expenditures on sale, cost of goods sold, whatever was there, it has gone up by 4.8%. So why the increase in expenditure is greater than the increase in revenue? Why? Suppose in Saraf Academy, the tuition fees increases by 3%, but the cost increases by 5%. Why? What can be the logical reason that in any organization, the cost of goods sold is increasing at a higher rate than the sales? So Janak ji, you are saying general aspect. You have not read the pre-seen, I know. आप रीड करेंगे तो ये फीलिंग नहीं आएगा कि growing proportionately to last year much. Cost of product is too much needed to take corrective action. So Kalpana, why this has happened? Why that the cost is increasing at a higher rate than the sales revenue? Can you give any logic, Kalpana, or anybody? क्या भाई? Normally, the cost of goods sold includes some variable cost, some fixed cost. Variable cost matlab for every saddle we need to use wood, we need to use laborers. But suppose in our factory there is a rent. The factory rent is not going to change by increase in the sale quantity, by increase in the sale price. So in the cost of goods sold, there are fixed expenditures also included, but still they are increasing at a rate greater than 3%. The volume is increasing by 3%, but the cost is increasing by 4.8%. Maybe we are not good in controlling our expenditures. Or maybe it may be possible the increase in sales 3% is not because of sale price. It is because of only quantity. We are not able to increase the sale price. But the cost increase is happening because we need to sell more, we need to produce more, we need to incur more cost. Or maybe there is a case that the increase in the sale price inflation is lesser than the increase in the cost price inflation. The expenditures, variable cost, fixed cost is growing at a faster rate than the sale price. There can be many reasons. अगर फिक्स्ड एक्सपेंडिचर वगैरह है तब तो खर्चा और कम होना चाहिए ना, फिक्स खर्चा तो बढ़ेगा नहीं. It will not be increasing by increase in the volume. So it is not going up by a high margin, 3 के बदले 4.8. But क्यों? Why? We need to check. We need to control the reasons for that why it has happened. It should not be happening. And going forward, the budget which we are preparing is also in the same direction. But in the budget, the increase in expenditure we are projecting just like sale only. So the percentages are quite very low, but then it is not good in any company that the expenditures are increasing at a higher rate than the increase in the revenue. You can see that in selling expenditure administration, they are lower than the sales increase, at least logical. आपका सेल जो रेट से बढ़ रहा है, maybe because of sale price, maybe because of volume, the expenditures would be increasing at a lower rate. Anyhow, administration expenditures are generally fixed. So the fixed expenditure should not be increasing very large. But some inflation should be there, will be there. For that reason, the costs are increasing. So because of the gross profit is going down, because of the cost of sale is increasing at a higher rate, the operating profit margin is lower. The operating profit of the company from last year to current year has reduced by 7.3%. That's not good. Last year, whatever you earned in operating income, today you are earning 7.3%, which is a very good amount. The company needs to check why this is happening. What is the exact cause? We need to rest that cause. We need to check that causes, and we need to rectify that. This should not be happening going forward. The return on capital employed, that is the profit by capital employed. What is this? The profit of the company, operating profit of the company is 517 and 558. And the capital employed of the company is around the current year. Current year is around 1881, around 2000. Last year it is 1926. Current year it is 1981, approximately 2000. And last year it is 1926. So this 517 income divided by 1981 in the current year, and the last year 558 divided by 1926, I will be able to calculate the percentage is coming 26.1 and 26.9%. The percentage is coming 26.1, and matlab the money which we have invested in the business in fixed assets and current assets, by taking equity, by taking loan, we are generating on the money 26.1%, lower than last year. Why it is lower? Please, you need to understand that with the assets we are generating sales. With my computer, laptop, property, this property and all that, furniture, I am generating sales. And from the sales, when I deduct expenditure, I am getting income. When against assets, the sale is lower. When against assets, the sale is not increasing. Suppose the sale is 5690 against last year assets of 1926. And the current year sale is 5860 against the assets of 1921. Can anybody calculate? 5690 divided by 1926 last year. What is the ratio coming? 5690 by 1926. 5690 by 1926. In calculator, please calculate. 5690 divided by 1926. In two decimal places, how much it is coming? 5690 divided by 1926. 3 point something. 5690 by 1926. Last year, what is the ratio? Not 1, sir. Danda, sir. It is 19, 3 ja 57, around 3, less than 3. 5690 by 1926. 5690 by 1926 will not be coming 1.4 guarantee. 3.95 भी नहीं आएगा मेरे ख्याल से, because 19 3 ja 57, it is less than 57. 2.95 is correct. यार किस तरह से कैलकुलेशन करते हैं यार. And the current year it is 5860 divided by 1981. Current year 5860 divided by 1981. 5860 divided by 1981. 5860 divided by 1981. So last year with $1 assets, $1 invested in the business, we were generating sales of 2.95. And current year with $1 assets, we are generating sales of 3.04. It's good. With $1, we are generating more and more sales. है ना? 2.86. Then why Asif is saying 3 point? जिसको कैलकुलेशन ठीक से नहीं आता मत करिए. Last year 2.95. What is current year? 5860 by 1981. 5860 by 1981. What is the current year figure? 5860 by 1981. 5860 by 1981. It is also 2.95. Last year, current year, same. 5860 by 1981. 5860 by 1981. It is coming 2.95 only. मैं आप लोग से पूछूंगा ही नहीं, छोड़ दीजिए. सब अलग अलग फिगर बोलता है यार. So this is 2023 and this is 2022. In the current year, 5860 divided by 1981. 2.96. And this is 5690 divided by 1926. So last year it was 2.95. Current year it is 2.96. 5860 by 1981. How 1981? Because you can see in the balance sheet, the capital employed is 1781 plus 200 is 1981 and 1726 plus 200 is coming 1926. So I have done that. The figure is coming this one. Last year and current year, more or less it is coming same. 0.01 difference is not a difference. With $1 assets, we are generating $2.95, $96 sales. and the operating profit margin, 8.8 and 9.8%. 8.8 and 9.8%. What is operating profit margin? Operating profit margin is operating profit which is 517,558 divided by sales. 517 by 5860 is 8.8%. 558 by 5690 is 9.8%. You multiply these two figures, this one into this one and this one into this one. You are getting that return on capital employed. 26 and 29%. Why I am breaking? This is called asset turnover. And this is called operating profit margin. So this is called return on capital employed. Asset turnover into operating profit margin. Basically, I am saying PAT divided by sales into sales divided by assets or capital. So sales cancel out. It is PAT by assets. This is 26% and 29%. But this PAT by assets is basically composed of two things. With the assets, how much sales we are generating. And in the sales, how much after deducting expenditure profit is left. We have seen that our sales is more or less same. With the assets, the sales we are generating is same. With the assets, we are generating the same sales. But when the sales, we are incurring more and more expenditures. The profit has gone down. In $100 sale, last year income was $9.8. And current year $100 sale income is $8.8. Because of which the return on capital employed has gone down. The problem with the company is on the cost control. Costs are not getting increasing. The cost in terms of sales are more. The sales we are generating more or less same with the assets, but we are not able to control our expenditures. For that reason, the return on capital employed has gone down. So going forward, we need to focus on controlling our expenditures. Why they are increasing at a faster pace than the sales? The sale is more or less same. वो मोटा मोटी सेम ही है, बहुत ज्यादा अंतर नहीं है. But the expenditures we are not able to control. For that reason, return on capital employed has gone down. ऊपर में भी हमने यही बात किया. In the profitability and sales, the problem is expenditures. And in the sales also, maybe we are growing by 3%, but the pre-scene is saying that the industry is growing at a very good pace. They have not mentioned the percentage. So if we do comparative analysis in sales also, we are not growing at the proper rate. What can be the issue in broadly? What can be the issue for this? That the sales is not increasing at the pace where it should be increasing. The expenditures are increasing at a higher rate. The return on capital employed has gone down. Gross profit is gone down. Operating profit margin has gone down. Operating profit in absolute term has gone down. What can be the broadly in 1 or 2 sentence reason for this? When you are analyzing that somebody blood pressure is high, or somebody sugar level is high, or somebody blood, what do you say? Then in that case, the doctor will be telling you, भाई किस लिए है? तो वैसे ही आपने अगर हेल्थ चेकिंग किया, तो किस लिए है ऐसा आप बोल सकते हो? क्या कारण है ऐसा होने का? Not written in E1, P1, F1. You go on reading the study material. E1 P1 F1 में कहीं नहीं लिखा हुआ ये। मेरे हिसाब से अकॉर्डिंग टू मी द रीजन इज those who are running the business, 52-year-old man, not enthusiastic, not thinking about cost control, not thinking about innovations, not developing new products, not using technology. हम तो वही 120 साल से किए जा रहे हैं यार। ठीक है, बिजनेस है, पुराना है, पैसे आ रहे हैं, चल रहा है, लेकिन धीरे धीरे तो गड़बड़ होती जाएगा ना। It's a problem of innovations. It's a problem of enthusiasm. It's a problem of looking after the business properly. भैया वो मालूम नहीं है, लेकिन मेरे को जैसा लगता है कि 52-year पर्सन जो ओनर है, 80% शेयर होल्डिंग है जिनके पास, मिस्टर कानन, वो बहुत ज्यादा बिजनेस पे ध्यान देते नहीं है। जो चल रहा है ट्रेडिशनली वैसे ही चल रहा है, जो हो रहा है ठीक है। बिकॉज ऐसा भी लिखा हुआ है कि हर साल सेल कुछ ना कुछ बढ़ता है। For last 120 years, the sale is increasing, but it is not increasing as compared to competitors in the same order. The costs are started increasing. The person is not looking after the business in the way it should be looked. He is a contented person. जो हो रहा है ठीक है भाई, चलने दो, पैसा तो आ ही रहा है 120 साल से। इट्स द सच, इतना पैसा आता है कि बिजनेस में कोई प्रॉब्लम, माने लाइफ में देयर इज नो प्रॉब्लम, सो दैट इंथुजियाज्म इज नॉट देयर टू डू थिंग्स करेक्ट। अकॉर्डिंग टू मी दैट इज द मेजर इशू। प्री सीन देखकर ऐसा लग रहा है। तो उनकी बेटी जो आएगी वो ध्यान देगी ये सब पे, प्रोडक्ट इनोवेशन लाएगी, रिसर्च करेगी, नए प्रोडक्ट इंट्रोड्यूस करेगी, कॉस्ट कंट्रोल करेगी, टेक्नोलॉजी इंप्रूव करेगी। सब एक साथ में तो नहीं करेगी, धीरे धीरे सी विल बी डूइंग, एंड देन दिस प्रॉब्लम विल नॉट बी देयर, बिकॉज वी हैव अ गुड एक्सपीरियंस, गुड ब्रांड, गुड इमेज, पीपल नो अस, वी आर वेरी ओल्ड इन द मार्केट, बट फिर भी हम वैसा कर नहीं पा रहे जैसा करना चाहिए। गेटिंग माई पॉइंट? बोलेगा फाइनेंशियल एनालिसिस, दीज फिगर्स यू नीड टू रिमेंबर मैन। ये बोलेगा ये कैलकुलेशन प्रीसीन में नहीं है, आपको क्यों दिया गया है पहला क्लास में? व्हाई दिस कैलकुलेशन आर गिवन? सो दैट व्हेन यू राइट द आंसर यू डोंट नीड टू डू द कैलकुलेशन एंड सी व्हाट इज कमिंग। आपको पहले से तैयार करके दिया गया है, आप उसको अपना आंसर में लिखोगे, यूज करोगे, याद होना चाहिए आपको। तो आप एक बार दो बार इनको पढ़ोगे नहीं तो कैसे याद होएगा भाई? हाउ यू विल बी एबल टू मैनेज? यू कांट मैन। जो नीचे है कि वी हैव करंट रेशियो इज गुड एंड ऑल दैट, inventory is slightly going down, even though the inventory has gone down, but sale has not gone down. The receivable has gone up slightly 2 days, but the sale has not gone down, and the receivable are still in the control period. Our current ratio, quick ratio, both has gone up. So relating to working capital management, keeping inventory receivable is not a problem. You can say on a standalone basis when the 60 days is the credit period, 30 to 60, written in the pre-scene. Then why that everybody is paying around 60 days only? Why not they are paying in 30, 35, 40 days? What is the credit pattern? How we are authorizing the credit to new customers? What is the collection process? Whether it is done by the salesman, whether we have a credit control department separately. How can we improve the credit terms? How can we get the money faster by giving some discount to the customers? Whether it is possible to give discount or not, because already profit margin is lower. And if you offer more discount, even it will be further lower. So what should be done so that we get the money faster from the customers? Even though most of our customers are old standing customers, we have a very good relationship. The sales manager are visiting to them, connecting with them. That's all okay. But I think the money can be collected faster. Improvement in the trade receivable days possible. Payable days are more or less same. We don't know about the credit period from the payables, but they have said that when the creditors are offering discount, we are not taking that. We are not paying them faster. They have written that we are doing that we purchase bulk so that we get discount. But when the creditors are offering discount for early payment, we are not applying that. Whereas we have good amount of cash in the balance sheet. Why not we use that? Or we should be using cash for some other purpose. On a standalone basis, we can see our working capital is good. It is not showing a bad sign. We have cash in the books. We have good amount of receivable and inventory. We can run our business, but improvement is possible. And as far as financing is concerned, the debt level is very low. The interest coverage is very high. So if we want funding for, what do you say, for modernization, for launching new products, the funding problem will not be there. The shareholders, I will say Mr. Kanan and her daughter, sorry, her sister, the two shareholders are there. Maybe they will give money or not, they have. Or maybe we can go for loan for any new project, for anything. The funding will not create a problem. जैसे मेरा बिजनेस में भी कोई डेट फेट नहीं है, मोटा मोटी सब पे हो गया है, तो अगर मेरे को सराफ एकेडमी को ग्रो करने के लिए पैसे चाहिए, पैसे मिल जाएंगे इजीली एट अ गुड इंटरेस्ट रेट, वी कैन गेट द मनी. जो पुराना एग्जिस्टिंग डेट है कब पे करना है मालूम नहीं है, दैट इंफॉर्मेशन इज नॉट गिवन. If it is payable very fast, then it will be a problem to raise further debt. But we have good amount of cash in our balance sheet to pay the debt and all the things. This we can see as a simple financial analysis, simple financial health analysis of the organization. They have given the cash flow statement also by doing the business. Suppose my business is collecting tuition fees, paying salary, paying rent, paying electricity, paying internet, the business expenditure. So their job is selling saddles, manufacturing saddles, paying salary, paying factory rent and all that. वो सब प्लस माइनस करके उनका इनकम कैश फ्लो है 771. From the business activity, the cash flow is 771 during the year. 649 after paying interest and tax. The investment activity, investment in property, plant, equipment, investment in outside the business in some other property, share market or anything, we don't know. But those activity 172. So 649 we got by doing business, and 172 we invested in, actually they have invested in property, plant and equipment only. But when they are investing, why they are not going in the modernization? And we have paid good amount of dividend to shareholders. What a lovely. The two shareholder, Kanan and her sister, 80 and 20% shareholding. They got 350 million now. And still we have positive cash flow. 127 by doing the business in the entire year. This is in thousands. 1,27,000 $K. We are getting extra cash flow in the business during the year. And at the beginning of the year, we have 85,000. So the total closing balance is 2,12,000. So any small business, any small venture or any benefit we need to take, we can utilize this money. Because when we are keeping 85 last year, in this year also we can do the business by keeping 85,000. That means we have good amount of extra money which can be utilized for taking creditors discount, for doing something new thing, for small capital expenditures. We don't require any money from outside. It's a cash rich company. We can do those new businesses by having the cash we have. And the company is generating good amount of cash flow from operating activity. So the business is good. जैसे मेरे यहाँ भी ट्यूशन फीस माइनस एक्सपेंडिचर पैसा ठीक ठाक आता है, तो बिजनेस अच्छा है, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. अगर बिजनेस को ग्रो करने का अपॉर्चुनिटीज है जो हमने अभी तक सोचा नहीं है, वो आगे कर सकते हैं. वी कैन डू दैट. यहां पर बजट बना दिया कि आने वाले साल में आपको चारों पांचों प्रोडक्ट कितना कितना सेल करना है, खर्चा क्या होएगा, प्रॉफिट क्या होगा, प्रॉफिट मार्जिन क्या होने वाला है. The profit margin is depending upon the quality of material and other things we are using. तो जिसका दाम ज्यादा है, जिसमें क्वालिटी बेटर है, तो उसमें प्रॉफिट भी ज्यादा है. So the gross profit margin, that gross profit margin which is from the PL account is total. ये breakup है. The budgeted quantity which we are going to sell and अलग. अब यहां पर आप ध्यान दीजिए. The first product is 41.3% gross profit margin. But the first product out of the all the 5 product 1725, 295 by 1725 will be how much? I think around 17-18%. Can you calculate? मैं ही कर लेता हूं. 295 by 1725. 295 by 1725. So it is coming 17.1%. The product which has the highest gross profit margin, that product is 17.1% of the total portfolio of all the 5 products. There can be question, how can we increase the proportion of this product? In place of 17.1, can we take it to 20%? There are 2 things here. Whether we have the capacity to produce further without compromising the sale of these items, or whether if we want to increase the sale of this, we need to decrease the sale of this. That means the capacity is not there. If the capacity is not there, then in that case, it is a question of key factor. Which capacity is limited, labor hour or what? I don't know. That capacity, how can we increase? How can we arrange more and more resources? Maybe they will be available at higher prices, but the gross profit margin is very good. So maybe at a premium prices, we can acquire those resources without compromising the sale of the other products. Or if it is not possible, it is not available and all that, then in that case, still we can focus on this if this can be sold more in place of compromising this or any other product. Because by that, our profit margin, our bottom line will improve where we are facing problem. We need to analyze how can we increase the market for this product? What are the nitty-gritties? What the customer are checking? Where this product will be demanded more, so that we can focus on increasing the margin. ये सब मैं हवा में बोल रहा हूं, मेरे को नहीं मालूम है, प्रीसीन में भी नहीं लिखा हुआ है. लेकिन जब आप अलग अलग प्रोडक्ट देख रहे हो, सेल प्राइस देख रहे हो, कॉस्ट प्राइस देख रहे हो, मार्जिन देख रहे हो, तो बिजनेस में कैसे इंप्रूवमेंट होगा ये तो सोचना होगा ना. आप कहीं पर काम करते हैं, मिस्टर जनक, अश्विनी, एनीबडी हु इज वर्किंग एनीवेयर, आपको कंपनी के लिए ये सब देखना पड़ता है. वही तो दिखा रहा है. कोई थोड़ी ना E1 P1 F1 पढ़ना है, नॉर्मल बिजनेस एंगल बता रहा है. कोई अपॉर्चुनिटी आपको क्वेश्चन में बोलेगा ये करना चाहिए कि नहीं, आपको क्रिटिकली एनालाइज करना है. Then relating to budget, all the cost details, which cost is how much proportion, relating to overhead expenditures, what is the way by which they are calculated. Suppose मेरे यहां पर, what is the cost for Janak? What is the cost for Ashwini? What is the cost for Asif Ali? What is the cost for anybody, those who have joined our classes? आप प्रिंसिपली बोलेंगे तो मेरे को हर एक स्टूडेंट का कॉस्ट ऐसे पता नहीं है. Because there are so many common expenditures, the internet, the electricity, the same computer, laptop, camera, the staff, those who are looking, all of you. तो बहुत सारा तो common expenditures है, fixed है. मैं कैसे निकालूं कि कौन से स्टूडेंट के ऊपर कितना खर्चा है? तो इन्होंने जो अलग अलग प्रोडक्ट का खर्चा निकाला है, वो कैसे निकाला है? Whether it is a proper process or not. Because if it is an improper process, तो आप तो जबरदस्ती सोच रहे हैं कि this product is better. इसका खर्चा आपने कमती एलोकेट किया है. More cost should be allocated to this. So you are thinking that this is a better product, but other one is better. So your business decisions will be going wrong if you are not doing proper costing, which we say as activity-based costing. They are not following ABC. They are following traditional costing method. That means all the overhead expenditure divided by total labor hour. It is coming per labor hour. And for the different products, whatever labor hour we are using, multiplied by that rate. But every expenditure in the company which is based on labor hour. Because of laborers, we are incurring the expenditures. Not that, man. There are so many different types of expenditure. It does not have any relationship with the laborer hours. Suppose, for example, we are ordering materials to suppliers. That there is no relationship of ordering material to suppliers with the labor hour. Labor से कोई मतलब नहीं है उसका. With the suppliers who is communicating, the staff whose salary, the purchase manager salary, with the supplier, what documentation we are doing, the material are coming in how many days, what is the transportation cost. That is the cost relating to procurement of materials. No relation with labor hour. Suppose maybe commit. They are saying the margin is higher. But for the commit, sourcing the material is a big task. More persons are required to source the material, more time, more trans. तो in that case, यहाँ तो खर्चा और ज्यादा आएगा वहां से. Activity-based costing will help you to find out the cost for different types or categories of cost in a proper logical way. If you find that your overhead expenditures are not based on labor hour, cannot be identified product wise. They are based on different types of work, different types of activities. Like in case of procurement of material, it is a different activity. The driver can be the number of orders because of which the costs are incurred or anything. Then you need to allocate the common cost between the products by that proper method, so that you can find out which product has how much cost, which product is better, where we are incurring higher cost, lower cost, what is the reason for the cost, how can we control the reason so that we can reduce the cost, we can increase the profit margin, we can focus on better business functions. According to me, in this company, this is required because they are already producing 5 products. In every product, different types of system, different types of labor hour consumption is there. And at the same time, within these 5 products, there are so many sizes. So they have varied products. And the overhead is not less. Overhead is 317, 700 is around 1100. Out of 2600, 1100 is overhead, which is coming approximately 40%, 35%. We always say that when the company deals in many products, many sizes, many varieties, and the overhead expenditures is very high, and the overhead expenditure is not dependent fully on labor hour or volume, then we should be applying activity-based costing to find out proper overhead expenditure, to find out costing, to find out pricing, to compete in the market. But then if you apply ABC after 120 years, it will be a big problem. In place of you all were saying the team need to be taught for selling, ABC समझाने में टीम को नानी याद आ जाएगा, बाल उखड़ जाएगा. For applying activity-based costing, you need to train them. You need to change your accounting record system. More and more data required. So establishing activity-based costing will be very time-consuming and costly. But once it is established, it will be giving extra benefit. We need to do pros-cons analysis. The benefit should be greater than the cost. Then only we should be doing this. Then only we should be applying activity-based costing so that we will be able to become better competitive. यानी कि यहां से क्वेश्चन क्या बनता है कि ओवरहेड वगैरह को कैसे बांटना है, एक्टिविटी बेस्ड कॉस्टिंग लाना है कि नहीं. यहां पर ओवरहेड का और डिटेल दिया है, डायरेक्ट मटेरियल, डायरेक्ट लेबर, कौन सा आवर, कितने प्रोडक्ट. यू सी दिस इज 17 आवर. Obviously, when this is 17 hour of assembly, that means in assembly maximum cost is allocated to this product. But maybe based on assembly hour, our overhead expenditure is only 20%. The 80% is not based on assembly hour, it is based on something else. तो हम लोग तो इसका कॉस्टिंग गलत निकाल रहे हैं और यहाँ पर आवर बहुत कम है. We are taking lower cost here, but most of the expenditure does not depend upon labor hour. Here the cost should be, तो ये सब तो गलत है. We are doing something for 120 years. We are never changing. The IT, Internet of Things, digital, so many things have come. Why we are following still the old system, man? We need to change. We need to rectify our problems so that we can control costs. We can improve our return on capital employed. है कि नहीं मालूम नहीं, एक बात कर रहे हैं. What we are saying is just discussion. इससे related they have not given anything in the pre-scene, just that in any country in the world, the accounting and income tax is different. In accounting, you are entertaining staff, you are deducting expenditure. But in Income Tax Act, entertainment expenditure is not a business expenditure. In accounting, you are doing depreciation, but in Income Tax Act, depreciation is different. In accounting, you are doing maybe, I will say, donations to any party or any authority. But in Income Tax Act, donations is not treated as a business expenditure. The accounting income is different than the business income. The tax is paid on the business income. While paying tax, the depreciation is considered in Income Tax Act always 25% reducing balance method, never a straight line. For some of the assets, there is initial period higher depreciation they allow. If the business is, you can say, better for the economy, better for the government, better for the growth of employment, then the many countries offer tax incentive, higher depreciation. The sales tax, we are paying on the sale, but we are paying on the raw material, which is getting credited. Suppose you have given me tuition fees. I have collected from you tuition fees, including sales tax. That sales tax I need to pay to government. But while giving training classes, I am purchasing internet, electricity, stories, so many things, rent. सब पे हम tax दे रहे हैं, हम भी GST दे रहे हैं, sales tax. So that sales tax which I have paid on my input will be deducted from the sales tax which I have collected from you. Balance I will pay to government. That they are also doing. On the sale, they are collecting sales tax on saddles from the customer. And to make the saddles, whatever the resources they are purchasing, they are paying sales tax on that. That sales tax will be deducted from the sales tax on sale. Balance we are paying to government. That every business in the world is doing that only. If there is a loss in the business, can be carried forward for indefinite period. इससे related क्या दे सकता है? If we go in the past exam papers in the last 10 years, इससे related उन्होंने दिया है, suppose somebody is saying that why there is a difference between accounting income and taxable income. Some other person who is an engineer, who is somebody, he is not understanding why the tax is not on the accounting income, it is on taxable income. Explain. Or maybe suppose why there is input tax deducted from the output tax. Or maybe there is some sale of assets, some property or anything we have sold out. Why that is not a business income? Why that is a capital gain? Why the capital gain is different than this? Common sense में ऐसा क्वेश्चंस पूछा गया है. फ्रीक्वेंसी कम है, पूछते हैं, लेकिन कभी कभी करेंगे हम लोग. आप बोलेंगे सर मेरे को इतना, आपको जो मैं बोलूंगा वो किताब से नहीं पढ़ना है. देयर इज, अगर आप फरवरी 2022 का केस स्टडी कर लेते अपने आप ही समझ में आ जाता. जो मेरे से क्लासेस नहीं ले रहा उसके लिए भी फ्री है, जो ले रहा है उसको भी 50 बार बोला हुआ है. जैसे ही आप ज्वाइन की बोला गया कि पहले आप केस स्टडी का क्लास करिए, समझ जाएंगे, लेकिन आपको सीरियस होना पड़ेगा. अगेन एंड अगेन आई एम सेइंग, आप टेंशन लेते हैं E1 P1 F1, मेरे को टेंशन लेना ही नहीं है. Then comes, they are given here कि we are selling our products in our own country, key land, then America, then Europe and Asia. लेकिन out of total sales 65% is from key land. And then America, Europe and Asia. Europe because key land is a European country only. So 65 or 22, 87-90% तो हमारा यूरोपीय है. खाली थोड़ा बहुत एशिया और अमेरिका में है. And that they have said that कि this key land sale on a standalone basis it is total sale का 65%. But the proportion of sales in the key land we have very less. The market share is very less. And according to my understanding, even in these countries also the market share is even further lower. And they have said that the market is very good. There is a good demand for saddles. That means ये सब जो percentages वगैरह इनको बहुत अच्छा से improve किया जा सकता है. By bringing innovation, by bringing technology, by bringing better satisfaction to customers, by analyzing the demand of the market, by changing our business nature, model, we will be able to improve this very fast. Others are doing this. We can do that. On a standalone basis, we can be happy that the country in which we belong to, we are having 65% of the total sale. But if we do comparative analysis, it is not that much. It is very less. The reason is only that. No enthusiasm, no innovation. It's a business running for 120 years. वैसे ही चलाते रहो, माथा फाता नहीं लगाने का जरूरत है. Then they have written about how the company is doing the function, how they are managing their business. In the company, there is Mr. John Kanan, 52 years old, is the company MD. Then Reena Jones, Deputy Managing Director. Under the Managing Director, there is a Deputy Managing Director. You can understand this is the owner and this is an employee. Maybe you can say that this employee is not the owner, but he is also given directorial position to manage the business. ये बाबू खाली घूमते हैं, गोल्फ क्लब खेलते हैं, मजा करते हैं लाइफ में, काम सब इनसे कराया जा रहा है. रीना जोन्स, डेप्यूटी मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर, और इनके अंडर 3 लोग काम कर रहे हैं. प्रोडक्शन मैनेजर जैक न्यूमैन, सेल्स मैनेजर ईला वुड एंड लुइस गैम्बल, फाइनेंस एंड HR मैनेजर. ये मेरा टाइप का बिजनेस है, मैं यहां पर हूं, लेकिन मेरे और मेरे स्टाफ के बीच में कोई डेप्यूटी मैनेजिंग डायरेक्टर नहीं है. हमारे यहाँ पर काउंसलिंग टीम है, मार्केटिंग टीम है और अकाउंट्स और एचआर टीम है। अलग अलग 3 टीम हमारे भी है। सबको कंट्रोल कौन करता है? प्रकाश सराफ। दिस टाइप ऑफ बिजनेस स्ट्रक्चर इज कॉल्ड फंक्शनल बिजनेस स्ट्रक्चर। फॉर डिफरेंट डिफरेंट फंक्शंस we have a specialist team. I have also. But this functional structure can be correlated with entrepreneurial structure. मेरा वाला को मैं फंक्शनल नहीं बोलूंगा, मेरा वाला को मैं बोलूंगा एंट्रीप्रेन्योरियल। बिकॉज मान लीजिए मेरे यहां पर कोई मार्केटिंग का बंदा है, उसको काउंसलिंग करना है, सेल करना है, लेकिन मान लीजिए कोई कभी कोई दिन क्लास देने वाला नहीं आया स्टाफ, तो वो उसको हम उसको वो काम करने भी बोलते हैं। But in this type of business structure, I don't think so that sales manager will be doing production manager job. Production manager job is to achieve the production targets, reduce the cost of the production, manage the staff, connect with the suppliers, get the material at the lower prices. The sales manager job is to connect with the customers, wholesalers, retailers, then telling them about the changes in the prices, deal with their problems, increasing the market size, getting to new market, getting new customers, wholesaler, retailers. Finance और HR, फाइनेंस मीन्स अकाउंट्स बनाना, फंडिंग लेना, फंडिंग वापस करना, और HR मतलब कौन नया स्टाफ आएगा, किसका इंटरव्यू लेंगे, मोटिवेशन कैसे देंगे। सर आप बहुत देर से ज्वाइन किए। These are the number of classes, sir. If somebody joining very late, we cannot discuss the same thing again. You need to do the recording. The recordings you will get just after the class on YouTube only. So do the recordings, you will get that, sir. हम लोग के पास टाइम ही नहीं है जीवन में पढ़ने का भी। How we can pass the exam, sir? ठीक है? So I mean to say that these are the board members which are handling different departments, functions, and now the breakup. Under the production manager, there is 4 production supervisor. There is finishing and distribution team. There is raw material warehouse team. And under the 4 production supervisor, there are 4 production team also. और नीचे नहीं गया वो लोग। फिर उसके बाद अंदर द सेल्स टीम देयर इज अ सेल्स टीम 3 मेंबर्स। अंडर द फाइनेंस टीम देयर इज फिनेंस एंड देयर इज एचआर। उस फिनेंस में 2 फिनेंस ऑफिसर, उसमें से एक हम लोग हैं। वी आर वर्किंग अंडर द फाइनेंस एंड एचआर मैनेजर। वी आर हैविंग द जॉब ऑफ फिनेंस ऑफिसर, और एक और फिनेंस ऑफिसर है, और उसके अलावा एक एचआर मैनेजर है। यानी कि टोटल कितने लोग कंपनी में हो गए? सब मिला मिलो के व्हाट इज द टीम साइज? हाउ मच इज द टीम साइज ऑफ द कंपनी? For different directors, their experience, their details are given. यहां नहीं लिखा हुआ है। On the top, they have written what is the team size of the company. Anybody has read the pre-scene? If you have read 55, कौन से पेज में है जनक जी? Good, thank you जनक जी. In which page it is written? I just want to check. ठीक है, आगे बढ़ते हैं. When you have said I am accepting, but I read in which page I forgot. It is written what is the team size. This one. Kanan had the following employees on June 2023. Production facility 40, head office 15, total 55. If you say in Saraf Academy, the team size is around 17, 18. So it is triple of ours. बोलेगा आपसे ऐसे ही फॉर 55 पर्सन को मैनेज करने के लिए डू वी रिक्वायर अ प्रॉपर HR पॉलिसी, रिक्रूटमेंट, सिलेक्शन, ट्रेनिंग, मोटिवेशन, ट्रेनिंग, एनालाइजिंग परफॉर्मेंस एंड ऑल दैट डू वी रिक्वायर, और इट कैन बी मैनेज्ड विदाउट हैविंग एन HR? कि प्रॉपर HR होना जरूरी है? क्या लगता है? For managing 55 persons along with the head office persons, do we need to require a proper policy, designing system for HR, recruitment, selection, training, motivation, everything, whatever is required in a normal, bigger organization also? Or it can be done in a proper way without HR? हम लोग का 17 जन में HR है यार. We have 17 लोगों का टीम है, उसमें भी एक HR मैंने रख के रखा है. कोई ना कोई छोड़ के जाते रहता है, दूसरा को रखना, उसका एक प्रिलिमिनरी इंटरव्यू लेना, फिर मेरे को देखना. आप लोगों को HR ही फोन लगाती है कि आर यू डूइंग द क्लासेस, आर यू लाइकिंग और नॉट, इज देयर एनी इश्यू? उसका HR का काम हमने वो भी कर दिया है, कस्टमर सर्विसिंग. उसका 2 काम है, लोगों को हायर करो, लेकर आओ, जो लोग भी काम कर रहे हैं उनको देखो, और साथ में स्टूडेंट लोग से कम्युनिकेट करके पूछो उनको प्रॉब्लम हो रही है क्या. आफ्टर सेल सर्विस के लिए मैंने HR को ही जॉब असाइन कर दिया है, अलग से आफ्टर सेल सर्विस पर्सन रखा नहीं. आप लोग के पास भी कॉल गया होगा, जाएगा, उसका काम ही है ये करना रेगुलरली. If there is any issue, anything, then the student can say to HR, the person, and then she will be communicating to me कि सर ये ऐसा बोल रहा था, ऐसा कर रहा था, इसका ऐसा प्रॉब्लम है. ज्यादातर लोग सब ठीक ही बोलते हैं, कभी कोई खराब बोलता है तो मैं उससे बकायदा बात करता हूँ, पूछता हूँ, अदरवाइज फोन करने का फायदा क्या हुआ. So I mean to say that in this company, the management is essential. You can say that in your E1 or anything. What are the motivation policies? What are the recruitment selection? बोलेगा कुछ पढ़ना E1 से? E1 से कुछ पढ़ना नहीं है. आदमी मोटिवेट कैसे होता है? मेरे कंपनी में मेरे टीम मेंबर्स मोटिवेट कैसे होंगे? We need to have a good culture in the organization, friendlier atmosphere. They can ask any problem with me. The colleagues are, you can say, behaving properly. The systems, the job, the responsibility. अगर वो लोग अच्छा काम करेंगे, the targets are given, they should be remunerated. वही तो होता है, और क्या होता है सर? थोड़ी ना इवन पढ़ के हम समझेंगे मोटिवेशन कैसे होता है, तो फिर हम काम क्या कर रहे हैं कहीं पर? मे बी समबडी मॉडल आंसर यू आर सेइंग दे हैव रिटन सम टेक्निकल फ्रॉम द बुक. लिखने दो ना यार, हमको भी लिखना आता है. आई नो हाउ टू मैनेज माई स्टाफ. आप भी कहीं काम कर रहे हैं, आप बोलेंगे सर मैंने कहीं काम नहीं किया. यार प्रैक्टिकल बनो ना यार, थोड़ी ना बुक से पढ़ना है. यू स्टार्ट रीडिंग रिक्रिएशन, मोटिवेशन एंड ऑल दैट. नहीं मैन, आपको इवन का एग्जाम देना है. आप FLP रूट में नहीं है तो आप इवन को वैसे थोड़ा टेक्निकली पढ़िए जैसे मैं क्लास में पढ़ाता हूं, बट आपको केस स्टडी एग्जाम देना है, नहीं जरूरत है वैसे. अश्विनी, आर यू गेटिंग? जनक, बात समझ में आ रही है? क्योंकि आप लोग दोनों बहुत बोलते हैं सर हम लोग बहुत दिन बाद पढ़ रहे हैं, ये कर रहे हैं, वो कर रहे हैं. कोई टेंशन नहीं है सर, इतने दिन बाद भी आइए. बिजनेस स्किल है, बिजनेस को मैनेज करना है. आपका E1 F1 पढ़ने से कुछ होना नहीं है केस स्टडी एग्जाम में, अगर एग्जाम के बारे में सोचे तो. ठीक है. सो दिस इज रिलेटिंग टू एंड देन क्योंकि आपका टेंशन तो दूर करना होगा ना. यू आर थिंकिंग टेकिंग टेंशन E1 P1 F1. आई एम सेइंग इट इज नॉट रिक्वायर्ड मैन. तो आप टेंशन क्यों लेंगे? टेंशन मेरे को दीजिए, आप लीजिए मत यार, हम है ना आपके लिए. बस मेरी बात मानते जाइए. आपको पास इसी बार अगस्त में अश्विनी हम कराएंगे, बस आपको जो जो बोला गया वो करते जाइए. दे हैव रिटन अबाउट द कंपनीज प्रोडक्शन फंक्शन ऑल्सो. पहले लकड़ी ट्री आता है, ट्री को काटना, काटने के बाद उसको दूसरी चीजें के साथ मिलाना, फिर फिनिशिंग करना, पॉलिशिंग करना, चेकिंग करना, और फिर उसके बाद पैक करके कस्टमर को डिलीवरी देना. नॉर्मल है. थोड़ा टेक्निकल भाषा में ये लोग ऑपरेशनल लेवल में लिखता है, कोई काम नहीं आता है ये, बट फिर भी यू शुड बी रीडिंग वंस सो दैट व्हेन यू आर राइटिंग द आंसर्स यू कैन यूज दैट राइट अप, है ना. और उसके ऊपर कंपनी का स्ट्रक्चर, बोर्ड स्ट्रक्चर, स्टाफ, कंपनी का बिजनेस मॉडल, कंपनी का प्रोडक्ट डिटेल्स एंड ऑल दैट, और इंडस्ट्री के बारे में इंफॉर्मेशन दिया हुआ है. मैंने आपको यहां लिख कर दिया है किस टाइप का क्वेश्चंस एग्जाम्स में आएगा। इवन दो आई और यू शुड नॉट बी डूइंग दैट, क्या क्वेश्चन, बिकॉज यू कैनॉट फोरकास्ट एग्जैक्टली व्हाट विल कम इन एग्जाम, कोई नहीं फोरकास्ट कर सकता। लेकिन अंडर एक्टिविटी ए, कोर एरिया ए, एक्टिविटी बेस्ड कॉस्टिंग, डिजिटल प्रोडक्ट, ऐसे तो हम लोग का कोई डिजिटल प्रोडक्ट है नहीं। माई ऑल द प्रोडक्ट्स आर डिजिटल। You are doing online live class digital, you are doing recording digital, you are making payment digital। हमारे यहाँ सारा डिजिटल ही है, बट इनका डायरेक्ट टू कंज्यूमर्स या होलसेलर रिटेलर को कोई डिजिटल प्रोडक्ट है नहीं। बट गोइंग फॉरवर्ड दे नीड टू इंट्रोड्यूस। बोलेगा ये लोग का डिजिटल क्या होएगा सर, वेबसाइट बनाएंगे, amazon.com में जाएंगे, ये सब करेंगे, वहां प्रोडक्ट लिस्टिंग करेंगे, कस्टमर ऑर्डर देगा, फिर उसको डिलीवरी देंगे, तो डिजिटल तो आ गया ना। तो डिजिटल में कॉस्टिंग क्या क्या होता है, क्या चेंज होता है, कॉस्टिंग कैसे करते हैं, फायदा है कि नहीं। सिंपली यू डोंट नीड टू रीड कापलान। आपको मान लीजिए कोई क्वेश्चन दिया गया, थोड़ा सा रिसर्च करिए ना, गूगल वगैरह कुछ भी रिसर्च कर लीजिए, चैट जीपीटी, समझिए, उसके बाद आंसर लिखिए। मैं समझाऊंगा, आपको टेंशन नहीं लेना है। और 10 साल से क्या कर रहे हैं, ये कोर एरिया ए में यही तो बता रहे हैं, और क्या बता रहे हैं। इफ यू आर डूइंग द प्रीवियस बैच केस स्टडी, मैंने वही तो कराया है। एबीटी और डिजिटल कॉस्टिंग की स्टडी अलग था, द इंडस्ट्री वॉज डिफरेंट, और कुछ नहीं कराया है। बजटिंग, दे आर फॉलोइंग इंक्रीमेंटल बजटिंग। अभी उन्होंने कमिंग ईयर का बजट प्रीवियस साल का एक्चुअल और बजट के बेसिस पे आगे का बजट बनाया है। बट वेदर दे शुड मेक इंक्रीमेंटल बजटिंग और दे शुड मूव टू माने जीरो बेस्ड बजटिंग और समथिंग। व्हाट इज जीरो बेस्ड बजटिंग, पुराना यूसेज नहीं लेंगे, सब नया। So if the daughter of Mr. Kanan introduce new product, introduce new technology which is not related with the past, then we need to go for zero based budgeting। जब पास्ट में ऐसा था ही नहीं तो उसके बेसिस पे बजट कैसे बनेगा। इन केस ऑफ जीरो बेस्ड बजटिंग, मोर राइट्स, मोर रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी गिवन टू स्टाफ, बट इन इंक्रीमेंटल बजटिंग स्टाफ लोग को बहुत ज्यादा रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी नहीं देते, टॉप मैनेजमेंट अपने आप बजट बनाता है। देयर इज अ पार्टिसिपेशन मोर रिक्वायरमेंट इन जीरो बेस्ड बजटिंग एज कंपेयर टू incremental budgeting। So relating to budgeting, they can ask some questions. How they are doing the forecasting? The sales is going to increase by 2.6%. How? In the forecasting, there are different techniques, time series, index number, or I will say that regression analysis। बोलेगा उससे क्या पूछेगा, डेटा दे देगा कि ऐसे ऐसे है, ये कैलकुलेशन स्टैटिस्टिक्स है, बोले कैलकुलेशन ठीक है क्या, ठीक है, मतलब आपको कैलकुलेशन नहीं करना है। हाउ कैन यू से दैट दिस फोरकास्टिंग टेक्निक इज करेक्ट। आपको थोड़ा सा टेक्निकल बनना पड़ेगा कि टाइम सीरीज रिग्रेशन का फायदा नुकसान क्या है, बताऊंगा मैं, आप टेंशन मत लीजिए। लेकिन इन बजटिंग देयर आर टू एरियाज, वन इज इंक्रीमेंटल एंड जीरो बेस्ड बजटिंग, एंड वन इज यू कैन से बजटिंग एंड फोरकास्टिंग। देन कोर एरिया सी, for analyzing the performance of a department, of a product, of a division, comparing with others. What should be the basis? What are the parameters relating to performance? If in a department the variances are adverse, raw material purchase variance, price variance, usage variance, anything which is not good, some of the variance we are calculating or not, how we can improve our performance by doing the performance analysis। ये तीनों आपका P1 है, तीनों। If you go syllabus wise, these are all P1। देन फाइनेंशियल रिपोर्टिंग, जनरली क्वेश्चन आएगा नॉन करंट एसेट्स, प्रोविजंस, जो मैंने पिछले क्लास में, अभी थर्सडे को जो क्लास थी उस दिन डिस्कस किया था प्रोविजंस, अभी भी डिस्कस करने वाले हैं क्लास के बाद फिर से प्रोविजन क्वेश्चन के थ्रू। नॉन करंट एसेट्स मैंने पहले पढ़ा दिया, आप लोगों को पढ़ा दूंगा मैं क्लास में, आप टेंशन मत लीजिए। एंड यू कैन से दैट लीजिंग, दे लाइक दीज एरियाज। तो लीजिंग हम लोग का तो कुछ नहीं है, maybe we want to change our warehouse from the place where we are on a leasing basis. What is the advantage of going into leasing, how the accounting entries are done and all that, it's a technical area, but I will deal, don't worry। अब कोई बोलेगा सर मैंने एग्जाम दिया लीजिंग आया था, मैं पहले से ही बोल रहा हूं आ सकता है, तो आप दूसरा स्टूडेंट को क्या हेल्प करेंगे, कुछ नहीं कर सकते। इसलिए ये सब ध्यान नहीं देना है, कौन पहले एग्जाम दिया, कौन बाद में दिया, क्या। देन कम्स डिसीजन मेकिंग। If we want to introduce a new product, if we want to launch ABC costing, then what will be our incremental expenditure? What will be our incremental revenue? What will be the benefit? The decisions is always based on incremental expenditure, incremental income. What is incremental? What is relevant? What is not relevant? इफ वी टेक दिस, व्हाट इज द रिस्क इन्वॉल्व, प्रॉब्लम क्या आ सकती है, कैसे मैनेज करेंगे, दैट इज कॉल्ड डिसीजन मेकिंग. And then the last one, they have said core area F, which you can say as inventory, receivable, payables, current ratio, quick ratio. If you have money, where you can invest. हमारे पास तो पैसा बहुत है. If we don't have investment in the business, what are the opportunities where we can invest? Which investment opportunity we should exercise? कुछ लिखा नहीं है आपने. मेरे पास पैसा है, क्या करना है? या तो बैंक में एफडी कर सकते हैं, या शेयर मार्केट में लगा सकते हैं, या हम लोग गवर्नमेंट सिक्योरिटी खरीद सकते हैं, या कोई प्रॉपर्टी में इन्वेस्टमेंट कर सकते हैं, या बिजनेस के अंदर इन्वेस्टमेंट कर सकते हैं. लेकिन बिजनेस में अगर इन्वेस्टमेंट नहीं करना है, और क्या क्या ऑप्शंस है, उसमें क्या रिटर्न होगा, क्या रिस्क है, क्या फायदा है, क्या नुकसान है, एक कॉमन सेंस में सोचना है. मे बी बुक्स में कुछ भी लिखा हुआ है, आप कॉमन बनिए ना. एक बार डिस्कस करेंगे, आप एक आंसर लिखेंगे, मैं डिस्कस करूंगा, स्टोरी फिनिश. यू विल बी एबल टू मैनेज इन द एग्जाम. कोई प्रॉब्लम. जो भी एरियाज है, ऑल दीज एरियाज हर केस स्टडी में कॉमन होता है. ये नहीं कि आपके लिए पढ़ा रहे हैं तो नवंबर फरवरी 2025 के लिए अलग हो जाएगा. एरियाज आर दिस ओनली. यू कैन रेफर एनी प्रीवियस टर्म की स्टडी फॉर ऑल द क्लासेस. बशर्ते आप करते तब. आपको E1 P1 F1 पे ध्यान कम देना है, आपको प्रीवियस टर्म का जो केस स्टडी क्लासेस हो. लेकिन अब मत करने बैठ जाना. somebody is not taking classes with us for them. अभी तो आप इस केस स्टडी के बेसिस पे पढ़ोगे ना. So those who are taking classes with us, they need to refer what materials are given to them now. They need to solve the question which I will be mailing you. Whether you know or not doesn't matter. आप रिसर्च करके आंसर लिखना देना जरूरी है. आप रिक्वेस्ट नहीं कर सकते, I will submit later. No request allowed. Because I need to check your answers also. I will discuss that each area in the class. What is going to come? How to write the answers? ऐसा सिनेरियो को कैसे डील करेंगे, हम सब डिस्कस करेंगे. आप बार बार आंसर लिखते जाओगे, हम उसको चेक करेंगे, हम डिस्कस करेंगे. एक पहना ऐसा करेंगे, मैंने बोला मोटा मोटी 30-35 डेज, मैक्सिमम बाई 25 ऑफ जुलाई, उससे ज्यादा नहीं. मेरा शेड्यूल में मैंने वैसे ही लिखा है, आप देखेंगे तो 27 ऑफ जुलाई. ये यहां जो मैंने लिखा है, मैं इसके पहले ही खत्म कर दूंगा, इतना होता ही नहीं. और फिर उसके बाद 27 जुलाई अगर पकड़ लेते हैं तो योर एग्जाम विल बी अराउंड 9th और 10th ऑफ अगस्त. फिर मॉक पेपर्स करेंगे. मॉक पेपर्स कुछ होमवर्क, कुछ क्लास में ही. व्हेन यू डू मॉक पेपर्स, देन आपको और कोई एरिया पढ़ना नहीं. सीधा सीधी विदाउट रेफरिंग एनीथिंग, यू नीड टू राइट दी आंसर्स. आप यहां से लेकर यहां तक बार बार मेरे को हेल्प करेंगे. आंसर लिखेंगे, क्लास अटेंड करेंगे, डिस्कशन में भाग लेंगे, पार्टिसिपेट करेंगे, जो इंस्ट्रक्शंस दिया जाएगा उनको ठीक करेंगे. आपको कोई फेल नहीं कर सकता. बिलीव करिए, विश्वास करिए मेरे पे. ब्रिंग कीप अ ट्रस्ट ऑन मी. व्हेन यू हैव ज्वाइंड, यू नीड टू हैव अ ट्रस्ट ऑन मी कि सर जो बोल रहे हैं मेरे को करना है, बस अपने आप पास हो जाएंगे. आई विल मेक यू पास बाय स्टडी दीज 50 days. अश्विनी, जनक, एनीबडी, जो लोग भी हैं, हम आपको पास कराएंगे ना. आपको मेरे ऊपर विश्वास तो करना होगा. सो अभी करना क्या है, आने वाले सैटरडे तक प्री सीन मटेरियल 2 बार रीड करना है. जनक ने पढ़ लिया है, दूसरे लोग भी पढ़ेंगे. जो नोट्स आपको दिया गया है, दोनों को 2-2 बार रीडिंग करना है. मैं अभी आपको थोड़ी देर में क्वेश्चंस मेल करूंगा. मे भी हो सकता है नेक्स्ट क्लास के बाद या पहले दे दूंगा. वो क्वेश्चन का आंसर आपको थर्सडे तक लिख कर देना है. तो उसके लिए आपको रिसर्च करना है, जहां से आपकी मर्जी हो भाई दुनिया में. रिसर्च करके कॉपी नहीं करना, उसका आंसर एक वर्ड फाइल में. सपोज अश्विनी कोर एरिया ए आंसर, सारा आंसर उसमें लिखेंगे. वॉट एवर यू कैन राइट, रॉन्ग, राइट, वॉट एवर, यू सबमिट बाई थर्सडे. मैं उसको फ्राइडे सैटरडे चेक करके रेडी रहूंगा. और सैटरडे को हम वो सारा क्वेश्चंस डिस्कस करेंगे. वी विल डिस्कस एट लेंथ कोर एरिया ए. नॉट ओनली द क्वेश्चन विच इज गिवन टू यू, बट अदर एरियाज ऑल्सो विच आर नॉट आस्क्ड इन द क्वेश्चन. ऐसे करके हर एरिया, पहला बार कोर एरिया ए पे फोकस होगा, टाइम मिला तो बी. जब आप एक बार कोर एरिया ए डिस्कशन हो जाएगा तो बी सी एक साथ हो पाएगा. देन यू विल फाइंड दैट द स्पीड कैन इंक्रीज. तो मैं यहां तक आते आते बाई 28 जुलाई 27 जुलाई सारा एरिया डिस्कस कर दूंगा. और आप बार बार आंसर लिखते जाएंगे. तो जब आप आंसर लिखते जाएंगे, डिस्कशन होगा, नॉलेज होते जाएगा, प्रीसीन का यूज होते जाएगा, टेक्निकली कवर होते जाएगा. आप 1-1.5 मंथ में ऐसा बन जाएंगे कि क्वेश्चन अब बगैर देखे, कहीं से बगैर रेफरेंस किए हुए आप आंसर लिख सकते हैं. तो फिर हम लोग मॉक टेस्ट चालू करेंगे. और मॉक टेस्ट का आंसर लिखकर सबमिट। अभी शुरू में जब आप आंसर लिखेंगे, आई विल नॉट बी गिविंग यू मार्क्स बिकॉज यू आर नॉट राइटिंग ऑन योर ओन, यू आर डूइंग रिसर्च, देन यू आर राइटिंग। जब मॉक टेस्ट लूंगा तब आई विल गिव यू मार्क्स, आउट ऑफ 100 हाउ मच यू आर स्कोरिंग, हाउ कैन यू इंक्रीज योर मार्क्स। हर मॉक टेस्ट को हम लोग डिस्कस करेंगे क्लास में, कहां पर कैसे इंप्रूव कर सकते हैं, किसका क्या गलती है, हु नीड टू इंप्रूव व्हाट, एंड देन वी विल गो फॉर द एग्जाम, वी विल पास द एग्जाम। Those questions which I will cover 80 to 90% of the topics of E1, P1, F1. May not be 100%, but 80 to 90% सब कवर हो जाएगा। आपको E1, P1, F1 अलग से बहुत बहुत कम पढ़ना है, बहुत कम, वेरी लेस। Okay, leaving for today, giving you questions in some time, you need to submit, and whatever instructions given you need to follow. Those who are not taking class cannot take the classes. You first of all do February 2022 all the videos in 10 days, and then you prepare on your own based on this pre-seen material. उससे आपका प्रिपरेशन ज्यादा बेटर होगा एज कंपेयर टू सीधा सीधी इसके ऊपर सोचना। That is an advice or suggestion to those who are not going for the classes. It is one of the best advice, believe. Okay. Next class will not be on YouTube live. It will be through Zoom link. I will share in the mail on Friday evening Zoom link, and you will be able to attend through Zoom link the live class on Saturday. Okay. Thank you to all of you. Study hard, and just I will say all the very best for your operational case study in August. Follow me, trust on me. I will make you pass. इतना मैं बोल सकता हूं. That I can say. Tata. Bye bye. Thank you.